Yes, and remember, Matt and Johnny will take your calls 0800 389 3333 in the football forum till 10:30. Might be a bit slender if it's extra time and pens, but hopefully it won't go there because Leeds have Brentford on Sunday. But it's FA Cup tonight, and if they get through, it's an 11th successive away tie in the competition, new record. I see either against Boreham Wood or Accrington, who will play on Tuesday. Here come Leeds, Rocker forward, right down the middle of the park. Greenwood, who is in at 10. He's pushed over, no. Adams picks up the loose ball. They're at it here straight away, Matt, I think.
Yeah, great start, front foot. It's a big start. For Leeds United, they can make it as hard as they want tonight.
Rodrigo,
oh my
word! What a start! Rodrigo clips it to the back post, and Gnonto volleys home in the opening 30 seconds on the left foot for his second goal. That was absolutely majestic. I didn't think it was going to reach him. It did, and the little fella's done the rest. What a goal! Leeds 1, Cardiff 0. Go and finish the job in 90. What a start!
You need to see this. This is a worldie, by the way. It's a little clip. Adam wins it. It's a little clip from Rodrigo. Little peel off from Gnonto on the right back. And I need to see it again. It's on the volley, but is it like a scissors? Di Canio, need to see it, honestly. Do you remember the Di Canio goal?
Yeah.
It's like that, isn't it, for West Ham? And I was just going to say, if Leeds United start well, they can enjoy this game and get 1-0, 2-0 up, and he goes and does a scissor kick like that straight in the top bin.
Well,
that is a worldie.
It is. I'm doing him a disservice. It's on his right foot like Di Canio. I thought it's dropped onto his left. He's done the scissors.
Yeah.
West Ham, wasn't it? Di Canio,
West Ham.
Outside of his right foot, back across goal. What a goal from Willie Gnonto.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
that is unbelievable. By the way, whose distinct hair can I see away to my right-hand side?
Away to your right. Now, I saw Simon Rix's earlier.
Not Simon Rix's. It's quite similar, actually. Mr. Reuter is in town.
Is he?
He's sat in the posh seats down to our right side.
Yeah.
Wow. You can afford the posh seats, can't he, to be fair?
He'll be happy with that goal. Seeing that. Wow.
Well, if he was unsure about the talent he's come into, we were just talking about some of the signings. What a strike from Willie Gnonto. I mean, I didn't think it was going to reach it over the top of Sang, the right back, to be honest. But he's just given him a little dink in the back as well, Matt, hasn't he? Just to make a little
nudge. Experience for such a young lad. It's a goal.
That's a foul from Bagan, isn't it? He was sent off in the first game. Go on, sorry, mate, you were saying.
Just for, like, he's above his years, isn't he? No, like, he knows how to use his body. Like, stuff like that there. The right back thinks he's got a free header there, but that little nudge just puts you off. And it's only just dropped over him, and I'm telling you, that is such a hard technique, because the ball's so high as well, and he's actually probably hit it with the other wrong foot, really, because when it comes across you, you're waiting for that to hit it on your left peg. But he's Di Canio'd it straight in the top bin.
I mean, I thought he had. I thought there's no way he's got his right foot. I didn't even think of it being on his right foot. What a goal that is! What a goal! Volleyed in from Gnonto. Leeds winning by 1-0. Greenwood with a free kick to the edge of the penalty area, and Cardiff yet to get over halfway. They're trying to do so at the moment. Ingo the challenges Rodrigo. Right, that's out of play. Thankfully, it got out of play before Rodrigo smashed it out for a corner from halfway with one of his wild ones, Matt.
Yeah, but it's nice to see the lads up for it. You know, you're not up for it, but you know what it can be like these sometimes, the FA Cup games where you're playing a lower league team and teams think they're just going to go out and win. To see that there, Rodrigo sprinting back to, and then in anger almost, booting it away, up for it. It's good to see.
Matt, he is definitely put that into his game more the last 4 or 5 games, and I think you have to say that credit to him and and you think if Jesse has turned 1 or 2 players around, you think that his attitude is definitely full on when it comes to leading the line and having the armband tonight. His press has been better, he's been more aggressive, he hasn't looked like he's sulked a little bit sometimes when it hasn't gone his way. He's got his goals this year, he's got 11, and there's a great assist. I mean, it was pinpoint. I mean, let's take nothing away from the finish, which is it's insane from Gnonto. Here come Cardiff down this near left side. Ojo first, and played into Colwell. Colwell tries to get the cross in, and then it's a foul by Bagan on Tyler Adams, who I think you mentioned in the build-up, didn't you, to the goal as well? Was it him that got through to Rodrigo?
From early, and that's what I mean. When it is tight like that, and it was tight in the park, that's a chance where they can all go and try and nick it. This is what we're saying about the start of the game. But if the centre-half's got it with plenty of space at the back there, just sit in. but that is a perfect opportunity when you can go, and he called it perfectly.
Greenwood into the centre spot for Harrison. Now for Rodrigo, tackled. It'll break for Rocker. It's all Leeds. They're leading by a goal to nil here on BBC Radio Leeds and online in the UK only. Leeds tidy in possession here. Adams, now Rocker again. They've gone strong tonight and it's paid off immediately. Gnonto, the goal scorer. Out to that left side to Firpo. Gnonto again. Tight position against the whitewash in front of the East stand and cuts the ball back into Adams. And now they're around the side again. Firpo with a chance to cross. He gets a high one in. Rodrigo's underneath it. It's going to break to the back post towards, well, the back of the area towards Christensen. And then there's a foul. Free kick, Cardiff, 1-0 Leeds.
Yeah, clever free kick there. Cardiff had a little chance and maybe just spring a little attack there, but all Leeds, isn't it? Lovely one-touch football round the corner. It's a great start.
Well, he said he wanted to back up the complete performance at Villa, which ended in defeat, with a performance with conviction and a win, obviously. Well, they started out that way, haven't they? But they've had. He also mentioned the stat, Matt, as well, where Leeds are the worst when in terms of the division. He's talking Premier League, and I know this is different tonight in terms of holding on to a lead.
Right.
He said, so they've got to see games out, but this one is again they can punish, didn't they?
Yeah, it is. You know, they've got to keep the same pace that they're playing at. You know, keep it up. Don't sit back and just start passing it again. You know, they've got an early lead. They're confident. Go for it.
Llorente, ball forward, looking for Christensen, who's right up on the left back. Bagan takes it down, but gives it away. Rocker in first. Rodrigo to Gnonto, halfway inside the Cardiff half. Rodrigo goes out to his left, lets the ball run across his body. He's up against Curtis Nelson there. It's captain against captain there. From Rodrigo goes on the outside, whips it across too. And he asked for handball. They're not going to get that as it came back off Simpson. It's out of play. They've got them on the rack here of Leeds, leading by a goal to nil. And if you missed it, what a goal as well. Gnonto, a scissor kick volley on his right foot when it was begging to be hit on his left from a great cross from Rodrigo. Into Harrison, 3/4 of the way at the park, rolls it square. Rodrigo can't keep hold of that one. Gnonto there to the second ball though. Rocker on the second ball, now to Gnonto off the left wing. Back to Rocker again. All Leeds here. Firpo into Gnonto. Gnonto edge of the penalty area, crowded up by blue shirts. Goes to win it back. Now, well done, Rasmus Christensen. Gets back goal side then.
Yeah, spotted that early, didn't he? Got in early and gets in the right position. If he stops that and gets a bit lazy and doesn't, they're attacking there, so fair play to him.
Which has been a problem. I mean, we all saw the goal that Villa scored in the 3rd minute when Leeds had a great chance from a corner.
Yeah.
That has been a too easy breakout at times, hasn't it?
Yeah,
people have gone bing bing and been in on goal.
Yeah, and maybe something they might have worked on, recovery runs through the week. You know, getting back in early, seeing things early. You know, because you can have your breather when you're back in. There's nothing worse running after someone because you feel like you're the slowest player ever. But if you make that, if you're switched on and you're early, you get back in, and you know what I mean. You make it easy for yourself. So that was good. That.
Not so good from Llorente, hits a long ball over the top, trying to get Christensen down the right, but it's too shallow, it goes out just for a goal kick.
I've seen when I watched them recently, I've seen a few more long balls, to be honest.
Yeah.
A little bit more spinning in behind, but, you know, sometimes it's not a bad pass. You know, and because it is tight, and it is really tight in the Premier League in that centre mid, isn't it? People overcrowd it. Sometimes, you know, Llorente's got it. He's got a lovely diag on it. So the other centre halves. Sometimes nothing wrong. Maybe just clipping one in there. Get the defenders of the opposition running back towards the goal.
It's funny you say that, Matt, because down at Cardiff they hit a few cross diags into some of them, about 5 in the opening 10 minutes, and it was really working. Then they stopped doing it. But then you're right. We've seen a lot more. Longer pass, isn't it? Really, it's not just.
Yeah, it's not a boot, is it? It's not a, you know, route one, get it from the keeper and boot it. It's actually, you know, a nice little sort of ping over, isn't it? You know, hopefully trying to stay in the pitch. But yeah, I don't. You know, when as a centre half, when things are in front of you, it's actually quite easy.
Yes,
you know, you don't have to. As soon as you start to turn and run after it, up against some of these strikers, you know, Rodrigo can shift. You know, and I'm sure Ruta can and Bamford can. Sometimes there's nothing wrong with that.
Matt Cook-Gallen analysing play for us on BBC Radio Leeds. Well, Leeds United leading by a goal to nil. Christensen heads out the kick from the voltage pink-clad keeper, Jack Anik for Cardiff City. So in a parlous position down near the foot of the championship with the likes of Huddersfield Town. Ball goes out. Jesse Marsh catches it, throws a yellow ball to Christensen, and he wants to get on with the play, keep this intensity going, and it has been intense and it's been good. 35 seconds in, 1 goal to the good they were. We've had about another 9 minutes since then. Christensen forward on the right foot, headed away by Simpson. Colwell sees his header bounce out of play, but there was a foul before that. So have they actually been out of the half yet with any passing play? I don't think they have, Cardiff, have they?
No, they're pinned in at the minute.
Well, they've gone for Bagan's crossfield ball. Firpo wins his header. Harrison on the left wing comes to help him out in front of Sang, the right back. Firpo, decent ball into Rocker. Rocker looks up, sprays the ball out to the right side, looking for Rodrigo. He'll chase hard to keep this in. He does on his right foot. He's got support from Greenwood and Nonto, but Rodrigo goes inside the penalty area, still holds on to it, lines up a little reverse ball, wanting the run to be made. I was waiting for the shot actually, but he was one thought ahead of everybody else there, I think, and it's gone dead for a goal kick.
Yeah, I think Greenwood made the little run, and it was a little bit tight to do that, but a good long sort of diag ball to get Rodrigo in, spinning now. Once you get him in here, you have to show him onto his right foot here, the defender, left back. I think it's Bagan, isn't it? Bagan, and he shows him in. You're actually thinking he's going to go hit that, aren't you, the little curler, but tried something.
Goal kick it is then. Alec right down the middle of the park, unopposed. It's Adams who heads up to halfway. Ojo brings it down, Bagan forward, it takes a deflection. Now Colwell, halfway inside the Leeds half, goes out to the right hand side. Sang joins the attack, but he only can control it back behind and miscontrol almost, if you like. Nelson, the captain, at right centre back to his defensive partner Simpson, and now to Bagan at left back. The Blues come forward, he slips, Greenwood gets in there. Bagan recovers but only finds Tyler Adams. Adams forward, looking for Gnonto. He might get onto this. Oh, strength sees him through. Great ball through. Rodrigo going down the middle, but Anik comes out so strong. I mean, like you said it for his goal. He defies his age, his size, and everything, and his experience by doing stuff like that. Yeah,
even his position there, just coming in and thinking, I'll have a little bit of here. Strength there with the tackle. He's actually 60-40 in favour of the player, but he wins it, and just a little, actually good goalkeeping by Anik.
Yeah.
Edge of his area, because you thought he was in there, but good start.
Anik has it again at the edge of his 6-yard box. Matt Kilgallen with us tonight and on Sunday when the build-up begins at 1 against Brentford in the Premier League. Long ball forward for Leeds to defend. Tete gets his head out. It's the centre forward, his first touch really for Cardiff. Comes in, 12 minutes. On the halfway line, Cardiff have it again. Romain Soyuz into Rinamoto, back to the captain Nelson, square to Simpson. Romain Soyuz again. Now to Sang at right back. Harrison goes to close him down. He goes long with it. Harris holds up. Forced back out down the line in front of the stand, away on that far side. That's the Cardiff right. They have a bit of play at the moment though. They've switched it back behind the left back, Bagan. His boots match the yellow ball, he brings it down. Marsh telling his players to get up and start pressing. Cardiff have probably about 8 or 9 passes now, but they've gone nowhere other than to halfway. Sang on that far side the right, moves it back in field.
Do you want a bit of history? We've seen some history tonight. Leeds United's quickest ever FA Cup goal. This is according to LUFC stats.
Ooh.
Our friend who is here with us tonight in the press box. The 7th quickest goal in the history of the football club. Jermaine Wright holding the record after just 10 seconds.
Oh, I remember that. That was it. That was in a draw, I think, that game. So is it been... I mean, I had it roughly about 35 seconds, 30 seconds maybe today.
I'll have a look at what it went down as officially.
But by the time we'd stopped admiring it, I think it was about another 5 minutes had gone. It was that good. Here are Leeds leading by a 1-0 and totally control of the game. On that far side of the left, it's Firpo. Header in field. Harrison, a little half volley back over the top to him. Firpo tries to take it on his stride. Sang clears. Still all Leeds. Tete goes piling in, but helped out by Llorente. Verba. All left foot, pushes the ball out to Firpo on that left side. Infield to Harrison, good movement this, edge of the penalty, here's Rodrigo. Rodrigo with a chance to shoot maybe, goes on the outside, Rodrigo goes low and then high and over the bar.
Yeah, can't give him that much room in the area. I think it's Nelson who stays off him, and you've got to be tighter. got to be tighter, and he gets his shot off. It was actually a tough angle by the end of it, but he probably actually didn't realise how much room he had there. You're expecting the centre half to be right up against you, but good again. He looks lively, doesn't he, Rodrigo?
He does, like he's got an extra yard in him.
29 seconds apparently.
29 seconds. Cheers, Johnny. That's Gnonto's goal for Leeds United, and that's the one that divides the two sides. That's the one that's putting Leeds into the 4th round as it stands, against Boreham Wood or Accrington away. And as Johnny was saying, because their game was postponed last night because of the weather on the Accrington pitch, it was unplayable, and it's going to be next Tuesday, and then the tie will be the following weekend should Leeds get through. Leeds have a free kick just inside their own half. Cracking crowd tonight, by the way, guys. I mean, Leeds are sold out, I was told by the press, the media team here. Quite a few hundred from Cardiff, probably more than I thought, to be fair, but I bet it's going to be in the 33,000 sort of region tonight.
Yeah, definitely. You can't see an empty seat in there, really, can you?
Not
I mean,
really.
for a Wednesday night, 2nd round replay, it's amazing.
On telly as well, and
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
Doesn't happen really anywhere else, does
No.
it? There's not many clubs that can do that.
excellent turnout, and they've seen a brilliant goal. If they don't see anything else tonight, Gnonto has ignited the imagination of loads of people, and hopefully young children watching, as to just what can be achieved at a very young age at a high level. Llorente forward into Greenwood, now Rodrigo inside his own half, again tidy with his pass. Rocker isn't so tidy, it goes past Harrison. Sang at right back, picks up for Cardiff and moves down in front of that east stand. Gnonto back at him, and very unlucky not to keep it in play. Cardiff ball far side the right. Just love the way he plays it. Everybody's talking about him. Everybody's talking about Gnonto. Doesn't matter who you speak to, whenever the Leeds are watched, he's the one they're talking about now.
Yeah, and he's earned that though, hasn't he? I think, I spoke to a couple of the lads when he first came in, and there was a sort of a feel from Leeds that, he's one for the future. We might have to work with him a little bit. Well, some of the lads were saying, I'd have him involved. I'd have him maybe to come on, straight away. And now you can see why they've thought that. Probably done something in training. They've gone, here we go, we've got one here.
Ojo for Cardiff down this near side of the Colwell's with him. Leeds trying to stick tight. Ojo goes on the outside, gets a left-footed cross into the near post. Well, Harris made his way across, but could only head wide. A little bit of danger there from Cardiff.
Yeah, it's actually really good movement from Harris there. That front sort of across the front post, and actually just gets too much header on it, doesn't he? Too much head.
Yeah, he does.
He just needs a little glancer, but that's a chance actually, to be honest. He's only probably 6 yards out there.
Matt Cook-Gallen there saying that Cardiff not out of this tie, of course, not at 1-0 down. Showing a bit of endeavour going forward. Here's Mark Rocker, loads of room, and sprays the ball out to the right side where Christensen comes forward. Doesn't take it brilliantly, but keeps it in play. Now cuts it back inside to Greenwood, edge of the penalty area. Greenwood now looking for an option. He's got one. Rocker lifts it up, looking for Gnonto on the outside, and it's just dropped in front of him. I thought we were going to get a repeat for a moment.
Fancied it, didn't he, Popey? But he makes Rocco's mind up there. If he stands still there, Gnonto, Rocco, sort of, as soon as he moves, it makes Rocco's mind up to play that, and it's only millimetres off in it to be a worldie. He's only got to press it across the goal, and Rodrigo's in. He's making players pass the ball to him now, and with his movement.
It's incredible, isn't it?
And they're almost saying, here, have it, son, aren't they? Go on.
Yeah, go with it for us.
Go do something with that.
I mean, he takes the blows, and to the point where, I don't know if you heard, you might have been aware, so Jesse Marsh was saying that he just feels that the likes of Gnonto just doesn't get enough protection from referees, because he's getting kicked and bruised. Him and Somerville as well, who's out for probably a month at the moment, following the first game against Cardiff, where he took a bit of a late one.
I think because he plays so strongly, doesn't he? He's built like that, isn't he? And they might think, oh, he's gone down easy there, and probably does need a bit more protection. But I mean, Ashley Young, well, I watched especially first half, it was absolutely putting him up in the stand, fouling him, Gnonto getting back up and still going, no, give me the ball, I'll have another go. Ashley Young's played down when he gains the Premier League, 400, 500, and he could have easily gone, don't really want this here, but he was like, no, have it. And by the end of it, you could see Ashley Young was thinking, God, how many times have I got to smash you before you actually not ask for the ball?
Berber forward, Bagan heads away into the middle of the park, where it's picked up by Adams. Leeds lead 1-0. Christensen forward behind Adams, so he keeps control of it really well, does the USMNT captain. That ball breaks down though as Christensen played it into Rodrigo. Here's Greenwood looking for Rodrigo, drops, Gnonto, surely! This time from 3 yards out, half volley, puts it wide. I wonder if he thought Rodrigo was going to head it. He's left it and it's coming in quickly and he just can't get it down or on target.
Yeah, Greenwood's put a beauty in. It's almost, it should have scored, but it has bounced up at him, hasn't it, quite quickly. Should be scoring, to be honest. But what a ball in by Greenwood.
That's his pièce de résistance, isn't it, Greenwood? His delivery is excellent, isn't it?
It's a bit like the Beckham one, wasn't it? He didn't try and get at anyone. He sort of like one touch and out the feet with the whip, isn't it?
Yeah, I get you. That reminded me where Harrison hit the keeper with a sort of great ball from Luke Ayling, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Back across.
That was ball, yeah.
And then you're thinking, should score. I felt the same for Gnonto there.
Yeah.
I get you, it has bounced up at him, Matt, and it's, you took him really seconds to adjust yourself, aren't you? But he's be disappointed having put a more difficult chance away to lead 1-0. Ojo goes on the outside of Llorente. I think Llorente he's kept it in. I thought he might have brought him down near the byline. Colwill, an outside of a right foot flick. Rinamoto, edge of the penalty area, turns full circle. Ojo back out to Bagan near side the left. Pushing forward here, Cardiff. Ojo again, who scored in the first game. A left-footed cross from him. Firpo takes up a good position and gets a solid header clear as well up to Rodrigo.
Yeah. Firpo started well.
You happy with that?
Yeah. Some good passes in, getting forward. Great position there on the cross to help his centre halves out. It's good, started well.
Encouraging signs, not least that Leeds are leading 1-0, but Firpo started well in both halves. Bagan again for Cardiff, back inside the zone. They are having more possession, but it's been Leeds' game so far. Nearly a quarter played, they lead 1-0 in the cup tie. Oh, good pressing from Leeds, this chasing right down. There's Rocker that was leading it on Rinamoto there. Christensen heads to Gnonto, it's a guided header, that's unlucky, it didn't reach him. Foot in from Firpo. And it's just I think there was just a slightly late challenge there coming in on Mark Harris. And that means it will be a free kick for Cardiff inside their own half on that right-hand side. Yeah, he's, I imagine he feels, well, I don't know, some stress being relieved, Jesse Marsh, with his performance so far. Which, let's face it, you'd expect it, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Against this
side.
That,
it's a dream start, isn't it? He's probably thinking all day today before the game. Please, early goal, just settle everyone down a little bit. Because Cardiff can get hold of the ball, and that Tete up there is a handful. They've got their hands full of Verber and Llorente. Got to keep an eye on him. He's and they're going to go longer and make it a little bit uglier. So they need to keep their eye out for that.
Harrison travels a long way, finds Gnonto. Gnonto across the park to Greenwood. Harrison continues his run. It's dropped into his path. Harrison tries to bring it down. Maybe the volley was on, but he tried to sort of stun it. A very difficult manoeuvre to execute that, and it goes out for a goal kick. But he was offside anyway. 1-0 Leeds.
Yeah, they're definitely looking sort of that diagonal ball, aren't they? If it's longer or a bit shorter, maybe something they've worked on getting them in. But unlucky, offside, like. But he's probably thinking as it's coming off, dreaming of this. Let me just volley this, but just a little bit too short.
Left-footed clearance from the goalkeeper from the free kick from Anik with a bit of hook out to that right side, and a big centre forward, Keon Etete, takes under control, then works at the right, and then that's going to be a foul from Verber, just blocking his man out on that right side there. Harris goes down, it'll be a free kick level with the edge of the penalty area, far on that right side though.
Yeah, don't need the free kicks from out there. He wasn't going anywhere there, was he? It may be one that you can think you can win, but there's no need to. And you know, Cardiff are big. They're a big team. You don't need these wide. This is a good position. This is.
Yeah, Tete's big.
Nelson,
Colwell's big, isn't he? Nelson, the centre back. Yeah. They're leaving Bagan back, aren't they? So they put Simpson in there as well. They're the centre back.
Yeah, Sawyers has got good delivery as well. He takes it right foot. Yeah.
Delivery to come here. Ojo over there too. Oh, it's cut back to the edge of the penalty area. Harris with the shot deflection, straight at Meslier. Took the sting out of it, and it remains 1-0 Leeds.
Yeah, well worked from Cardiff, but I liked that Leeds were out there, weren't they? They seen it, read it, get out and got a little slight block on it there, helped Meslier out.
Meslier, by the way, and the new signing Ruta from very near each other, about half an hour away from each other in northwest France in Brittany. That ball goes out of play, and Leeds fans felt it was their ball. Ooh, given away by Cardiff. Leeds should have it back here. Harrison chasing for a nice dummy. Forward to Gnonto. Gnonto down the middle of the park. Still Gnonto! Oh. Saved by the keeper! And then headed back behind from Simpson for a corner. Great move. Good shot. Good save. Corner ball.
Yeah. It's sloppy from Cardiff from the throw-in. Good way to pass through from Harrison. It's a great save, by the way.
Yes, it
is. It's right in the corner, that. Yeah, good strong hand by Anik. Good save.
Gnonto could have had a hat-trick, Matt, so far.
He is,
Gets the hardest one.
He's coming off that line nicely, though, isn't he? It's weird where's he actually playing there, really, because Harrison's out there on the left, but he seems to be out on the left. It's like, is it almost like a two? It's a...
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Corner ball, cheese wedge corner, high one, bent in. Going to drop at the edge of the penalty. It's Adams who'll pick up. Gets it under control in terms of his pass to Christensen, who's held on to possession well. And wins another corner. Yeah, where is Gnonto's position tonight? He's been hugging the touchline at times, hasn't he? But then he's been down the middle, receiving stuff.
It looked like they were 4-4-2 at one stage. It looked like he was alongside Rodrigo at one point as well.
Yeah, he's sort of playing off him almost.
Yeah, he is,
Well, to ask afterwards.
But when you've got a play like that, you can actually say, listen, where do you want to go? Just go get the ball. Almost like a free roll.
Corner ball, Greenwood to deliver. Rodrigo goes near post and it comes away and behind for goal kick. Apparently comes off him. Made a good run actually there, Rodrigo. Another day you get the touch, it spins off your boot, goes in the top corner. This one went straight back for a goal kick. 1-0 Leeds, fully deserving of the lead. And it could have been 3, and all 3 could have been for Willie Gnonto. I tell you what, though, what a goal that we've witnessed today. Rodrigo's pass floated over the top of the right back, and the scissored volley on the right foot of Gnonto. The game 29 seconds old. We've now played, 27 minutes? It's still that scoreline at 1-0. Bagan here on BBC Radio Leeds for Cardiff City. Is it to Sawyers to Nelson to Simpson across the back four in front of the penalty area, and then with a big left foot he's going to overhit that over the top of Colwill. He's playing on this near left side, and it will be a throw-in for Christensen to take. Just a reminder that Johnny has seen Jorginho Ruta in the crowd, not too far from us tonight. I expect we will be seeing him in a white kit on Sunday. Ball comes off Greenwood's head, out for a throw. Bagan to take. Sent off, of course, to that handball that stopped Firpo from scoring what would have been his first goal for the club. Rodrigo missing the penalty, and we thought, oh dear, that's Leeds going to be out. But they kept going, and Sonny Perkins got the goal that meant that we came back here tonight. Ball comes away off Atete and out for the goal kick. He's been largely in trouble as Meslier in black tonight, just made one comfortable save. Verber's probably the one I want to see. I mean, if he does get put under pressure, to see how he copes, because he's left centre back tonight. And let's face it, at the moment, there hasn't been too much for him to do in terms of defending, has there?
No, he looks quite comfortable on the ball, nice left foot. But yeah, you need to see, he hasn't had to do too much defending, has he, at the moment?
No.
But looks quite comfortable having it, and he's played a couple of balls through the lines there, hasn't he, into the front man. But yeah, we'll have to see if the balls late on, maybe if Cardiff start putting it in, what's he like attacking it and defending it.
Yeah, he looks very, very composed in terms of his possession and his passing. Quite a stocky looking player. I don't know how quick he is. Nice ball from Christensen, by the way, into Greenwood. Right edge of the penalty area, hits a right footed ball across, but headed away by Nelson, the captain, and out. And he likes a challenge as well. He got cautioned quite quickly in his coming on as a sub against Cardiff, which I think the Leeds fans appreciated, because he was getting stuck in when others maybe hadn't in the game to that point. Corner ball at the south stand end, then Leeds leading by a goal to 0. 29 played here on BBC Radio Leeds. Johnny Button, Matt Kilgallen, myself, Adam Pope. And Sam Greenwood with the ball on his right foot, both arms in the air, stuttering run up in towards the near post. It comes away and back and out for another corner. And will they try something different this time? Will Harrison go for the in swing, and Matt, I wonder?
Yeah, a little short one, yeah.
Try and change the angle a bit. Back to Harrison. He's free on the right edge of the penalty area. Cardiff stay in there. He goes for the shot and it's straight into the breadbasket of Anik. And he looks to release quickly on the half volley. A little punt upfield. Greenwood underneath it. And it's a throw in for Cardiff on this near side of the left. Were you pleased with that corner, the way it turned out?
Yeah, I think, you know, Cardiff have actually dealt with the corners quite well and cleared them, and it was on. It was 2v1, and he can drive in and have a shot. It was just straight at the keeper, that was all, wasn't it? It was actually a good strike, almost too good.
Yeah.
But yeah, nice to see him mixing it up a little bit.
Sang with a chip ball up the right touchline on that far side. It breaks now here for Tyler Adams. Can't keep possession, can Leeds there, and it goes into the Cardiff half, back to their keeper Anik, who's kept the score down just to 1-0 with a marvellous save from Yonto as we watch Harris foul Llorente as the ball went up. And Harris, who was gave Leeds his back line some trouble in the first part of the tie down in Cardiff.
Yeah, he looks lively again, doesn't he? He looks lively, looks up for it, you know. Yeah. He looks quite clever, quite a clever player.
It's him and Davis getting a bit of a go. Although Leeds were in control before going behind. They're in control now, leading 1-0 here. Greenwood goes to the byline, tries a trick, runs across the whitewash, but his ball has just gone dead. Tried to ride the challenge there, Matt, didn't he? And then oh no, he's got himself a corner. Yeah,
I don't think it was.
I'll be honest with you. Run it dead, didn't he?
Yeah, he looked like he tried to do a trick and ran it out himself, but yeah. Will the ref give a free kick now?
You wonder, because that is
because he looks like he's messed up.
Yeah, that was, and so's the assistant, who was very close to it. Yeah. Greenwood then to take what should have been a goal kick, to take the corner. An outswinger drops on the edge of the 6-yard box, headed away. They want the shot to rain in from Rock, and he smashed it.
Oh,
great ball in for Nonto. Nonto across goal, comes to Greenwood, cleared off the line and away, and out to this near side, the left. Greenwood nearly following up, so it's a great bit of movement. Here's Harrison, edge of the penalty area. Receives it back from Firpo, but his pass is slack, and it's cleared away. I think Cardiff would have been very aggrieved even if the second phase of play had led to a goal there. But you have to say, never mind that, Leeds playing some really delightful stuff and exposing Cardiff here at times.
Great little reverse ball to Nonto. I actually don't think he has to hit it as hard, I'll be honest with you. I think Rodrigo's in there just to tap it in, and he's just got a little rush of blood and sort of fired it across. I'd like to see it again, but it looked to me, and I looked at Rodrigo, and he had a little word with Nonte to say, why so hard, mate? But then I think Somerville coming back stick, it is a tricky one because it's bouncing up at you, and then it was cleared off the line, wasn't it? But yeah, I think there was an easier pass on there for Nonto.
I think you're right. I was wondering if it's going to be one of those where it's been given because it's gone over the line. But we do have VAR tonight. Of course, we didn't have it in the first game, but we do have it here, which I think it's mad isn't the same competition. Some grounds have it, some don't, because of their status in the pyramid. Leeds leading by a goal to 0. And it's Cardiff who have possession. Adams, though, combative, and I think has paid dividends today, going for Rocket and Adams in that midfield. Cardiff haven't had too much of it, although they are pushing forward now. Ojo, who got their second goal at the weekend, edge of the penalty area. Well, a right-footed shot from him, it's low as he's falling back. It's easy for Meslier to take, but again, Cardiff showing something going forward. Adams looking around him as he collects the ball. Finds Nyonto, has dropped back onto the halfway line. Now takes it into the Cardiff half. Harrison looks up, trying to get Rodrigo in here. He's in on goal. Rodrigo brings it under control, goes round the keeper, and that is his 12th goal of the season, and he makes no mistake, on his knees at the south stand end. And you think Rodrigo, as he celebrates vociferously, has secured Leeds' place in the 4th round of the FA Cup for the first time since 2016-17. Lovely composed finish from the Spaniard, and it's a dozen for the season for him. Leeds 2, Cardiff 0.
Great goal. Nonto into Harrison. That ball again. A sort of diag, but it's more of a whip sort of diag. What a pass this is. Simpson's got no chance. Little bit of cheese on it. You think you can get it and you can't. Keeper comes out. Has to really, but Rodrigo, look at this here. Because Nonto's scaring the life out of people. He's looking for little 1-2s and they're all dropping off him. It gives Harrison more room. A little slaughter. Brilliant, lovely and composed. Great first touch. confident. Look, no rushing, all under control there from Rodrigo. 2-0.
A little bit of cheese on it, love it.
When you think you can get it.
Think you can have a little nibble at it.
And you go, and suddenly when you go for it and miss it, and you think, oh no, 2-0, well done. Right, I just stay on my feet and run back.
Look at Rodrigo trying to close the keeper down there, leading by 2 goals to. I wouldn't mind, but Simpson actually ended up doing a cartwheel on the field.
Oh, mate, yeah.
It's twisted his blood, that pass, hasn't it? That's 2 high-quality finishes, though, Matt,
high end.
And 2 high-quality assists as well.
Assists, yeah. Both sort of like, if you see what I mean with it's almost like a diag whip sort of. They're looking for these sort of balls over the top of like the other side centre half or the left and right back. That one's where you think you can get it and you're not sure what's behind you. It's difficult to defend and it's working. I was wondering why that Gnonto is playing that sort of position there.
That's a good point, Matt. Leeds leading by 2-0. It could be more, and this is going very much the way that Jesse Marsch would have wanted it to. He set them up well, he set them up strong, he set them up aggressive, and they produced 2 goals already in this first half. Ojo goes on the outside of Christensen, gets a cross in, good covering from Llorente, does enough to find Greenwood. Christensen gets back on his feet, Adams to Greenwood, and Leeds play out from the right corner flag into Rodrigo. Adams.
Nice.
Oh, brilliant play.
Really nice.
Superb interplay. Adams is fouled in the way, but it's play on, and Leeds, white shirt scampering forward here. Harrison wants Gnonto to his left. He's found him. Gnonto back onto his right foot. Goes for goal! That is a brilliant team goal, and there's high fives in the dugout between Cameron Toshak and Jesse Marsch. That is one of the best goals in Jesse Marsch's reign. They've gone from the right corner flag defending to the other end of the park, and Gnonto has wrapped it up at 3-0. That is absolutely superb football, no doubt about it.
Yeah, scared to death of Gnonto, I'm afraid, and they're just running away from him, thinking they're doing the right thing. You can't give him that space. He's got a rocket of a right foot, can curl it, can blast it, goes through the lad's legs, to be fair, the defender's legs. But for me, I know Gnonto's first one's an absolute belter, but that play, that started in Leeds United's 6-yard box. Got to be 8-9 passes and the confidence of one-touch football. For me, that's a better goal than the first one.
Started with a Llorente block, didn't it? A Llorente block on the corner of the 6-yard box.
Yeah.
20-odd seconds later, ball's in the back of the net, the other end.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pace in the team now, isn't there? There's scary pace, and teams do not like playing against pace.
That was brilliant. I mean, if I'm going to... I had to rein myself in from saying it, I'll say it now. That was a Bielsa-style goal. You saw that, you know, where you had... Like,
I was just about to say that and stop myself, Puffy, yeah.
Because it's
Bielsa-esque.
It was that sort of goal, and we haven't seen one that good for a little while, but that was brilliant. And I totally get you, Matt, and I think from a coach's point of view, when you've got your head coach saying things like that was the most complete performance, although they lost at Villa, when you see stuff like that, it probably makes his words a little bit more vindicated, because... All right, it's Cardiff, they're not great, but Leeds have really took it to him today. Here's Harrison, they're looking for more offside against him as he puts his ball with a left foot volley back across on one bounce.
Well, that's what we say, but we can have our comments, but you think Jesse is training with them every day, and maybe seeing stuff play like that in training where you go, and then he says stuff and you go, oh, hang on a minute, but he's with them all the time. So then when you see something like that, hang on.
It's getting a bit naughty on that far side, the left. Gnonto, who never takes a step back, I think they actually fell over his own player. And then, I don't know whether there's been a little lash out, but then it's all got a little bit tasty. Yeah. There's a bit of a scrum of players, nothing too much. I think now Rocker's making out that a Cardiff player has kicked out, that has been a bit of a stamp of some sort.
You can't blame him, can you? I'd try stamp on Gnonto as well. He's absolutely... no, it's nothing.
It's nothing. Sang, I think he's just tripped over Sang, then Gnonto's had a go at Sang. It's Rodrigo
Gnonto's
that was maybe fouled.
Yeah, it's a bit handbaggy. It's a bit handbaggy, and it's nothing naughty there, is it? Yeah, there's nothing naughty there. Nothing naughty.
I don't think any card has been one of those reaching into his
get on with
pocket.
it, ref. Yeah, get on with it.
Sang's gonna get a yellow.
For a bit of pushing, but to be fair, I don't even know why. It's all right. Yeah, just get on with it.
Yeah.
Now Gnonto's going to get booked.
He's going to get one as well. Now, by the way, yellows are competition specific. So we've got like Mark Rocker on 4, but that's only the Premier League that it counts. So he's on 4. So if he gets caution, say on Sunday rather than today, then he would pick up a one-match ban. Christensen's the same as well. But if you see red today, then they are automatic, regardless of competition, I think.
Yeah,
so.
Well, that's it. You've got Nonto now on a yellow. I'd be very surprised to see him play 90 now.
Yeah.
You need him for Sunday.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he could have 4 goals today. Yeah, he's got 2.
Yeah.
And but he's a fiery character. He does get involved in things he doesn't need to get involved in as well. But sometimes you don't mind a bit.
No, you can't. He's young, and you do silly things, but then also you can't take that away from him because it's how he plays, isn't it? It's a tricky one. You know, you can have a word with him, you know, but
yeah, you don't want to lose out of his disposition, really,
no.
do you? But look, what he's bringing to this side, he's pretty much first pick on the team sheet at the moment. 2 goals plus Rodriguez. They lead 3-0, and we're 5 minutes away from half-time. Sang down the line for Cardiff, who have the ball again just outside the centre circle. A little drive forward from the captain, Nelson. Now finds Bagan, his left-footed ball, but Ojo is too strong, and the former Liverpool man puts his foot out to stretch, can't keep it in. Goal kick. It remains 3-0. That shot from Gnonto, I mean, he's actually sold them all with a clever to the near post through the legs of the defender, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Rather than go bottom right-hand side across goal, if you like.
Exactly. I think when you're sort of coming out that angle, that's the sort of side the keeper's probably thinking he's going, but he's just got the power to reverse it back into the near post, hasn't he? He's past the keeper before he's even dived.
He's very off both feet, like when he scored the other day. His first goal was at West Ham. That was a brilliant finish, very quickly taken. Here he is again, Gnonto on the left side, goes one way, goes the other, inside the penalty, keeps hold of the ball. Firpo joins the attack, but he's overrun it. That is a goal kick, actually. Yeah. Again, I mean, even from a standing start, Matt, he's got them twisted left, right and centre, hasn't he?
Well, he's got the pace, but he's also got the strength. Even there, the right back was in front of him, wasn't he? But that little sort of strength of being able to just pull them back and use your arms a little bit, it's so hard to play against.
Brilliant. Leeds leading by 3-0 here on BBC Radio Leeds. It's exactly what we wanted to happen. Get the tie put to bed. Although we have been in a situation with Cardiff before when Leeds were leading 3-0.
Yeah.
And they drew 3-3.
Let's not rest on the laurels just yet, eh?
Yes. Lee Tomlin, wasn't it, caused the damage that day? I think Pascal Strike had a bit of a mare that day too. Anyway, those were in the Championship days. This is the FA Cup. Smiles on the face of Angus Kinnear, Victor Orta, and the commercial director Paul Bell, just on our screen, as it's a corner ball for Cardiff.
Can you remember the game, Cardiff, where we battered them and Boothroyd hit one in from about 35 yards right in the top corner?
That was.
Can you remember that?
Under Blackwell.
Oh yeah, I was like, oh my! It was one of the best. I've seen it all the way. I was like, you are joking.
I do.
I don't think they'd even been in our half. They all.
Yeah, I remember that, Matt. Yeah.
They've got a really good record, haven't they? Away record against Leeds, yeah.
Very good, yeah. Corner for Cardiff here, who trail 3-0 into the near post. Atete then headed down by Nelson, and it's gone through the goalkeeper Melier, and they're back in it to an extent. A messy goal. It dropped firstly to Atete, bobbles up. Nelson then gets a header coming in from the penalty spot area. Down it goes. It takes a deflection, sort of catches Melier, and goes in just near the left-hand post.
He's got to save
and
that.
It's 3-1. Yeah.
I'd like to see who's marking Tete. I think it's Adams, and he just gets away from him completely. Adams gets blocked. Keeper's got to save it. Meze's got to save that. That's just switching off, that is. That's all that is. It's just getting a little bit overconfident, like we have up here. 3-0 was through, you know, and they've switched off a little bit there. Mezile, that's bread and butter for him. That's it. I mean, I just can't believe he's let that just run over the top of him. He's having a go with the Lino now, so you can tell he's done something wrong. That's what you do. You blame someone. Lino's the closest to him.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? Having with the assistant on that far side. The left. Oh, checking goal, possible offside.
Oh, he was in front of him. Oh, he is. To be fair, yeah.
Oh, I see. So when Nelson's headed, there's a blue shirt in front of
Hota. He's right in front of him. But still, he should still save it.
Yeah. Well, I think you've got a point. It's not the finest header, is it, into the ground as the ref comes to check for a possible offside here. I mean, this is.
But was he interfering in play? We saw the weekend, didn't we?
I mean, he's right in front of him, isn't he?
He stood right in front of him. There's no way. But
I mean,
is he to the side of him a little bit?
So Nelson
he
heads
sees
down.
that though, Mesile.
Yeah,
he sees that.
He just motors the man in front of him, isn't it? And
the angle that he comes at, he sees that. But he might get away with one here.
Well, let's have a look at from this. Now we're looking straight on. Nelson heads down. Yeah, I mean, look, there is a line of sight issue, maybe. I think it's very.
If he gets away with that, he's lucky, isn't he? Because the angle where Nelson's coming, that you see that perfectly there.
Yeah, we're just watching it again now.
But he's stood in front of him, sort of.
He is stood in front of him. You can't say that isn't interfering.
I think you've got to rule it out because, like the same
direction it's coming from.
Yeah, but you can see it, can't you?
You can see
have
it
it right.
here.
But he's stood in front of him. But there's got to be something because Mesile does save them. He's offside. Mesile's had a given.
Well, he's out of jail there, I'd say. But I do agree, when you look at the crazy decisions that have been allowed to see goals stand, the Rashford incident recently, where you were expecting somebody to do something maybe, or it's certainly going to interfere maybe with your thought process or your line of sight.
Yeah,
he's got away with it. I do agree with him that he should have done better in terms of saving it. 2 minutes of added time, it remains 3-0.
He's got to have given someone a wink there, Mesile, just giving the old.
Yeah, because what's actually happened when Nelson's headed the ball down, he has got a sight of it.
Yeah.
It's not like the guys in front of him letting it go
Like
through his
smack
legs.
bang.
No,
Yeah.
he hasn't, has he?
Yeah.
But he's pulled his left hand away down by his leg.
Yes.
And then he's reacted to it when it's too late, man.
Yeah.
It's a weird one. It's like, I don't know whether he was expecting it just to blow for offside or what. I don't know.
Sure. Is that Nonto down there now? I hope he's all right.
So just watching Nelson head here.
I'd be surprised if we see him second half, Nonto.
Yeah, I think.
Even though he's on 2 goals, on a yellow, just on the floor there.
I think on a yellow and on the floor, it makes up my mind for me that he puts.
Get yourself in the shower,
Sinistera on. Yeah, get yourself in there. Yeah.
Yeah, Sinistera, Aronson, maybe Gelhardt even.
Yeah, there's quality there, isn't there?
2 minutes of added time. We've got a great first half. Matt Kilgannon back in the seat with us here. Looks like he's helping watch Leeds through to the next round, but we won't speak too early. 2 for Gnonto, 1 for Rodrigo. And Leeds bar a little lapse. Thankfully VAR has helped them out. An offside decision as Nelson tried to get them back into it. They still lead 3-0. Here's Rocker out to Firpo on that left side. Now to Verber, left centre back, across to Llorente. Ball into Greenwood. Nice play. Rodrigo then picks up. Back it comes. Some nice touches from Leeds as well. They've been very assured. Verber with a left-footed chip up, looking for Gnonto. Gnonto takes it down. Oh, beautifully inside to Harrison. Back to Gnonto. He has a lot to do to reach that, though. Just overcooked from Harrison. Goal kick. The touch and the confidence, the composure is lovely, isn't it?
Yeah,
finding each other. The finding each other. You know, there was 189 passes went astray, I think we said, wasn't it, Johnny, on the podcast? Was it 189?
Yes.
Worked out
Yeah.
In the last game.
Against
189 times
against
given
Cardiff
away.
or
No, against Villa, wasn't it?
So you can't do it. It's impossible in the Premier League,
isn't it? You
isn't
can't do it, can you? So, like today, much more joined up, haven't they? And played with a bit of flair as well.
Yeah, and you don't mind them losing it in the other team's half, do you? In Cardiff's half, high up on the pitch. It's in here, is it, the middle of the pitch, where in the Premier League you just can't do it. And plus, if you don't have the ball, you're running more and you get more tired.
Meslier kicks out and at half. Oh, that's a naughty one from just as the whistle goes. And Rocket as well not to react there because he was caught a bit late.
Yeah.
Half time though, Leeds well in front, well in control. 2 great goals from Gnonto, another good one from Rodrigo. Take your pick of those strikes. Brilliant team goal, 2 great assists as well. Finishing superb, and Leeds totally deserve to be in a very commanding position. It's Leeds 3, Cardiff City 0.
Yeah, Rocket and Nelson share a high five as they walk off as well. So no ill feelings there after that late challenge. Wow, where to start? Let's start 29 seconds in, Killer. Unbelievable strike from Willy Gnonto.
Absolute belter. I mean, if that's a Premier League game, I think it's one of them ones that you see at the start of match of the day.
Yeah, it's on goal of the month, isn't it?
It's goal of the month, and it's your Boa sort of one that gets played all the time here, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, the technique and to hit that sort of on the right foot, you know, it's just all should be all wrong really, but he's got the ability to do it and hit a scissor when you're in the air and put it in the top corner. It's an absolute cracker. He's
been incredible, hasn't he, that first 45, Willie Gnonto?
He's scaring the life out the back for him, and it's giving more room for Rodrigo and Harrison, isn't it? Because they're that scared of him, they're dropping that far off now because of Gnonto. It's just, you know, he's causing a lot of problems.
I'm going to break away from the post-match analysis because coming out onto the field now is the man we spotted down in the posh seats in front of us, Jorginho Ruta, making his way out onto the Ellen Road field wearing his black Leeds United tracksuit with the orange trim. He waves towards the south stand and the east stand and he applauds towards him. He's got black gloves on, white trainers, and he turns and pats his chest and holds his hand up towards us here in the west stand as well, as they've already got his song going. Jorginho is going and ringing around Ellen Road from the right-hand side of the south stand here. He's not able to play tonight, ineligible to play tonight, but he's certainly able to play at the weekend here at Ellen Road against Brentford. And now he will slowly make his way back off the field. Hopefully we'll see him on Sunday, Killer. You'll be with us Sunday. Hopefully we'll get a look at him, but he's going to have a job to get in this side now, particularly with the performance of Gnonto. Yeah, for sure. I mean, you'd come to game Sunday after this performance here. At the moment, everything's great. It's another half still. It'd be harsh taking someone out, wouldn't it? You know, especially going forward-wise anyway. But he looks a good size there, big smile on his face. Probably enjoyed that they've got a song for him already. Probably giving him a great feeling and probably can't wait for Sunday. Yeah, it's a very simple song, Jorginho. It's a very simple one. No, it took some writing, didn't it? Yeah, he's gonna have Jorginho on the back of his shirt, so we need to know whether he wants to actually, and we're hoping to speak to him actually between now and Sunday, whether he wants to be called Jorginho or whether he wants to be called Ruta. It'd be easier for us, Ruta, wouldn't it? Yeah, probably. So we'll find out. We are hoping to speak to him, as I say, a little bit later this week on BBC Radio Leeds. Follow us on Twitter for that, at BBCWYS, if you want to try and see that interview when indeed it does happen later this week, and we'll give it to you as well ahead of the game on Sunday on BBC Radio Leeds. Right then, at the break inside Ellen Road, Leeds United absolutely cruising. They're leading Cardiff City by 3-0.
BBC Radio Leeds. West Yorkshire Sport. Live.
Here come Leeds, rocket forward, right down the middle of the park. Greenwood, who is in at 10. He's pushed over, no. Adams picks up the loose ball. They're at it here straight away now, I think. Yeah, great start, front foot. It's a big start. For Leeds United, they can make it as hard as they want tonight. Rodrigo! Oh my word! What a start! Rodrigo clips it to the back post and Gnonto volleys home in the opening 30 seconds on the left foot for his second goal. That was absolutely majestic. I didn't think it was going to reach him. It did, and the little fella's done the rest. What a goal! Leeds 1, Cardiff 0. Go and finish the job in 90. What a start! You need to see this. This is a worldie, by the way. Ball breaks down though as Christensen played it into Rodrigo. Here's Greenwood looking for Rodrigo. Drops Gnonto, surely. This time from 3 yards out, half volley. Puts it wide. Given away by Cardiff. Leeds should have it back here. Harrison chasing for a nice dummy. Forward to Gnonto. Gnonto down the middle of the park. Still Gnonto. Saved by the keeper. And then headed back behind from Simpson for a corner. Great move. Good shot. Good save. Great ball in for Gnonto. Gnonto across goal. Comes to Greenwood. Cleared off the line. Harrison looks up, trying to get Rodrigo in here. He's in on goal. Rodrigo brings under control. Goes round the keeper. And that is his 12th goal of the season. And he makes no mistake. On his knees at the south stand end. And you think Rodrigo, as he celebrates vociferously, has secured Leeds' place in the 4th round of the FA Cup for the first time since 2016-17. Lovely composed finish from the Spaniard. And it's a dozen for the season for him. Leeds 2, Cardiff 0. Ojo goes on the outside of Christensen. Gets a cross in. Good covering for Llorente. Does enough to find Greenwood. Christensen gets back on his feet. Adams to Greenwood, and Leeds play out from the right corner flag into Rodrigo. Adams. Nice. Oh, brilliant play. Really nice. Superb interplay. Adams is fouled in the way, but it's play on, and Leeds, white shirt scampering forward here. Harrison wants Gnonto to his left. He's found him. Gnonto back onto his right foot. Goes for goal! That is a brilliant team goal, and there's high fives in the dugout between Cameron Toshak and Jesse Marsh. That is one of the best goals in Jesse Marsh's reign. They've gone from the right corner flag defending to the other end of the park, and Gnonto has wrapped it up at 3-0. That is absolutely superb football, no doubt about it. Corner for Cardiff here, who trail 3-0 into the near post. Atete then headed down by Nelson, and it's gone through the goalkeeper Melier, and they're back in it to an extent. A messy goal. Oh, checking goal, possible offside.
Oh, he was in front of him. Oh, he is, to be fair. Yeah.
Oh, I see. So when Nelson's headed, there's a blue shirt in front of him.
He's right in front of him. There's got to be something, because Mesile does save them. He's offside. He's out of
given. Well, he's out of jail there.
So Leeds United, a very comfortable opening 45 minutes for them in the third round of the FA Cup. Second half commentary on the way. Just one other game to update you on tonight in the Premier League. It is currently Crystal Palace 0, Manchester United 0.
BBC Radio Leeds.
West Yorkshire Sport.
Live. The Make a Difference Awards.
Everyday acts of kindness make a huge difference to people in our community. And we want to honour and recognise those who make a difference where we live.
Make a difference.
Find out how you can nominate someone on Breakfast on Monday.
BBC Radio Leeds.
Let's talk some boxing at half-time here inside Ellen Road, shall we? Johnny Buchan here with you right now, because the two-time world featherweight champion and huge Leeds United fan, of course, Josh Warrington, has vowed to carry on fighting after losing his IBF featherweight title to Luis Alberto Lopez, which happened just before Christmas, didn't it? Warrington has been speaking to BBC Look North's Tanya Arnold and started by telling her how he's getting on a month after that loss.
Yeah, I have had a chance to sulk and cry and mope about it, but just the way I started. It's just the way I started. Reason for that is a load of little things built into one, and the way that I started the fight, it cost me. I still thought it enough, but a close fight where rounds could go either way, you can't complain so much that he got a decision.
When I saw you about 10 days before the fight at the hospital, doing the hospital visit, you weren't really looking forward. There wasn't a fire in your eyes about the fight. It was one you had to do. You knew you had to do it. Yeah. Is that an issue? You've had so many fights that you need one that lights the fire a bit, that you really challenges you, that you're looking forward to taking on.
Most definitely. I mean, you can't always have it your own way. But when my back's against the wall, that's when I seem to perform the best. When I'm written off by the bookies, they've got all the odds against me, when all the critics are saying that Warrington's not going to do well, that's where I seem to come alive. But it was one of them where I had pressure, because I've been talking about what could come after American fighting a unification fight with all the other champions, but people were just thinking, you just do what you do, Josh, and you'll walk away victorious. And it's kind of like, it's his life or death fight. He's got a shot at the champ. He's got a chance to just change his career around and be champion. And for me, it's like, it's normally business as usual. Don't get me wrong, once the first belt won, I was up for it. And in the camp, all throughout camp, I was up for it. I trained hard, like I always do. But yeah, it just seems to be something. The two times I've been beat, I've been favourite, and I've not had the pressure against me. There was pressure, but a different kind of it, like an expectation to just do it.
So what next?
We go again. I've had a sulk and a mope, but when I was sat in the change rooms after, I then felt like, that's it. I can't buy out like this. And if I'd have come through the fight, Tanya, and it's gone the other way, where I started off fast, and then the second half of the fight, I'd gone downhill, then I'd say, you know what? I tried, but it wasn't there, and the fight got turned on its head. But I was pushing hard certainly in the last few rounds, and I've only seen bits and bats of highlights, so I've not watched it back fully. But from the highlights, I see that he doesn't want to be in there. I can sit here and speak to you and the viewers at home and say what I could hear in the right. Listen, he were wincing every punch I landed. And in hindsight, if I had a few more rounds, then it wouldn't have been there. It wouldn't have seen the final bell. But he managed to survive. But he just goes, I break it down and think, if I start a little bit earlier, I'll win the fight. Do you know? So, yeah, it's one of them where frustration I've got to live with. I can't turn it, but I know that it's still there, you know, and I can be champ again. You know, if it started to, if I come away and think, you know, it's not there no more, then I'd, like I say, I'd call it a day. But it's still there. And you know, one thing else, what reassures me is the amount of people have bumped into me who have said, "You aren't quitting on us, are you? You're still carrying on?" And I said, "Yeah, of course I'm. Listen, I'll be back." And we're with you. You know, so the support's still there, and the army is still there to back me through whatever.
The problem is you're probably going to have maybe have 1-2 fights before you can go for that belt again, isn't it? Logically now, you know, is the heart in that kind of grind back up to the top?
A little bit, yeah, because I think people are going to again put me back against the wall, start writing me off. It's finished now. Just call it a day. He's had his high day. He's had his moment when he beat Selby and Frampton. That's it. But if anything, it gave me a chance to just get back onto momentum, winning record. You know, like it would have been nice to have a fight in between this from Kiko with the jaw and stuff, but I didn't have that luxury. He was manager challenger, so I had to fight him, otherwise I'd have been stripped. So yeah, you say that I might have to have 1 or 2 more, but stranger things have happened. You know, look at Lee Wood. He got an opportunity against Kanju just out of the blue. All of a sudden, like he's like a bit of an A-side now. He's turned his career around. Mauricio Lara and Lee Wood fight in February next month. Who's to say I can't just jump into one of them? So there's loads of different options in a kind of weird way. I'm beatable now. So people think maybe fought beforehand, don't really want to go down an opportunity with Josh. He's got a belt and that, but I've still got a profile. Still got Josh being a champ. Josh's got this fan base behind him. Let's have Josh now. He's on downward spiral. So it can open doors in other ways.
Great to hear from Josh Warrington. Great to hear that he's kind of on the mend, I suppose you could say. Certainly mentally, as he tries to get himself back ready and back into the ring once again. And he will be, won't he? We all have those famous memories of that night here at Ellen Road. We are looking out onto the field at half-time, where Brendan Aronson has gone through a pretty strenuous warm-up, so he'll be coming onto the field to play. By the looks of things, wonder if it'll be for Willie Nonto, which means the headline writers won't get the chance to use Free Willie, will they? If he'd have got that hat-trick today. There you go, I'd noted that down for my end-of-game little rant. Sadly, it might not be able to be used today. We'll have to save that for another one, because I'm sure he'll have an opportunity to get a hat-trick at another stage in the future. You never know, might be him coming back out for this second half, but Brendan Aronson looks like he will be taken to the field of play, certainly for this second 45 minutes as well. Make sure you do get your messages into us. You can text 81333. You can tweet at BBCWYS as well. If you do want to get in touch with us, that is the best way to do it. And you can also follow us on Twitter at BBCWYS, where you will not miss a single thing. All of our interviews go on there, including an interview we're hoping to get later this week with Jorginho Ruta, who we saw come out at half-time here at Elland Road. And we will also put up on there the link every single week to be able to get yourself downloading Don't Go to Bed Just Yet, the Leeds United podcast that we make every single Monday. Myself, Adam Pope, and Simon Ricks from the Kaiser Chiefs is here tonight. He's just away to our left-hand side. He hides, doesn't he, Popey? You know, we know he's the celebrity amongst us, with yourself, of course. But, you know, he does hide away, doesn't he? He's
does.
An inconspicuous fella, but he's got very good opinions on Leeds United, and you can hear them on Don't Go to Bed Just Yet every single week. Right, the Cardiff City players ready to make their way out onto the field of play here. Brendan Aronson, the only player in a Leeds shirt down there. He's stood on the edge of the technical area, so we'll wait to see who will be coming off the field here for him, as we see the Cardiff players all out there right now. And let's see if Leeds United can keep themselves 3-0 up against Cardiff City, something they've failed to do in the not too distant past. Hopefully this time around they'll be able to do it. I'll hand you back over to our commentary duo, former White centre half Matt Kilgallen, who's going to try and squeeze back into his seat alongside me here without spilling that coffee, and also your Leeds United commentator Adam Pope, to guide you through every single kick on BBC Radio Leeds.
Matt, there's no WD-40 left from my old hips here. Kilgallen's in though, slotting neatly in between Johnny Buchan and myself in a back three. as well.
Yeah, middle of the 3. Yeah, I'm happy. Just carrying a little bit of holiday weight at the minute.
Maldives does that to you, though. The Maldives does that to you, doesn't it? Yeah.
It's a little bit snooker than normal, but we'll get on with it. It's a keeping the warmth in.
So you're saying here, Matt, Aronson's had a right good warm-up, Bamford as well. So you're thinking Gnonto's coming off.
Thinking it, but he's just come on for Tyler Adams.
Wow.
That was 12, that, and then Bamford's coming on now. Let's have a look.
Wow, let's have a look. So far, Melier stays in goal. Gnonto's coming back out. Rocker's back out. Bamford is on.
Rodrigo.
Yeah. The headline is still on. Free Willy. I'm having it. It's written down, ready to go.
If it happens, Johnny, I'm just shutting up and I'm letting you say it, all right? So, Harris is off Colwell's off for Cardiff. I'm just watching here as Ryan Wintle comes on and Cedric Kipre comes on as well for Mark Harris. So, Firpo, Berber, Llorente across the back 3 at the moment. Just trying to see. I can't see Christensen out there either. Melier in goal.
Yeah, far side.
Far side he is there. Far side he is. And then that midfield as Leeds go from right to left in this second half. Rocker. As Greenwood drop further back. Harrison, Gnonto, Aronson and Bamford.
Yeah.
So Rodrigo.
Looks like Cardiff have gone to a back 3. Almost like a back 5, so they've changed up as well.
Let's see how that affects the game, because it's 3-0 to Leeds United.
They might be thinking now, Cardiff, with not doing great in the league. Last thing they need to do is this goal 5-6-0 for confidence. Right. They might have just gone, you know what, it can be look positive and say, oh, we went 3 at the back and we pushed full backs on, but I'd be very surprised if them wing backs are going too far forward.
That's Matt Cook-Gallen watching play. Leeds go right to left in their white shirts against the blue of Cardiff in this second half. Gnonto wins the ball back. Harrison straight on the middle to Bamford. Bamford, lovely ball into Aronson. Aronson into the penalty. Bamford takes it onto his right foot here. Holds up. Now finds Gnonto. Goes for the hat-trick. Low. And it goes away and out for a corner. Good start. I'll give you the Cardiff lineup once we get a good view of how they're reshaping after their changes at half-time. But again, straight into it. Nice to see Bamford linking up with the speed of play as well.
Yeah.
Down this near left side, we have Greenwood with the corner at the Kop end. So Leeds straight in it. They scored after 29 seconds of the first half. They lead 3-0. It's Greenwood again. Right-footed delivery, headed across the penalty area, but 2 Cardiff players go down by the near post. Referee blows up. So just looking to see how Cardiff are going to line up in this second half. So they kept on Atete, the big striker. They've brought on, they've still got Sang down this right side. Into the defence, looks like they brought in Kipre.
Yeah, who's gone in the middle of the 3.
Right, so
Nelson to the right of it, Simpson to the left. Yep. Then the wing backs now Sang, who was right back before, and is it Beggan?
Yeah, that's right. So it's like a 5 in defence with 3 at the back. Ooh, and they nearly give it away there, Matt.
Yeah.
So as you said, they've gone like 3 central defenders, if you like. 2 wing backs are high, as you said, with Sang and Beggan. Ojo's kept his place in it. Atete and Ojo seem to be leading the way. Wintle's come on to midfield. And Rinomota has kept his place in that midfield as well, as long as Romain Sawyer. So that makes up the 11 for you. At half-time, if you missed it, Johnny was telling you there that our new man, Ruter, was paraded before the fans. Although many of them had gone out for refreshments at half-time by the time he came out, but he's got a feel for it. He's here at the game. And Leeds are leading by 3-0. Gnonto, who we thought, who was on a yellow card and suffered a bit of a knock towards the end of the half, might have gone off. Christensen with a great challenge high up the park, gets Aronson away down the middle of it, into Harrison. Harrison with a chip ball over the top. Nice running, sorry, it's Rocker, nice running from his right foot from Rocker. Chipped it over the keeper, but over the bar as well. I tell you, that was good from Christensen there. He spots a challenge right up the park, about halfway inside the Cardiff half there, Matt.
Yeah, he sprung early and obviously recognised that he could nick it. And it looks like Rocco's tried to dink the keeper there, to be honest.
On his swinger as well, on his right foot. Luke Ayling having a warm-up. By the way, still no Dallas, no Archie Gray, although Archie Gray was watching the 21s just lose their second game of the season the other night at York, late on against West Brom. Brilliant goal from JB, if you haven't seen it. So Dallas, Forshaw, Gray and Somerville, of course, who's out probably for another 3 weeks or so at the moment. Other ones missing or unavailable. Laurenti takes the ball down on his chest and moves out to that far side, the right. Wins a throw. Let's chat to our colleagues, Johnny and Matt at BBC Wales, and they said, look, job's done for Leeds here. Could have been interesting if that offside goal had stood for Cardiff, but yeah, nothing stupid here from Leeds. Just go and make your dominant show. It's been a really stunning first half, I have to say. I was really impressed with everything about them. Cardiff have it at the back. Kipre forward. A strong ball into Ojo, who's knocked to the ground by Verba. Or Vuba, as it was pronounced by Jesse Marsh. Once we get to speak to him, we'll find out exactly. Yeah. Simpson, the left centre, well, the left side of 3 centre-backs at the moment for Cardiff. Now to Bagan. Bagan up that far left touchline. Back to goal from Atete. Wintle takes up and plays Sawyer. Sawyer skips away, edge of the penalty area. Now, Sang couldn't take under control. Firpo was there up against him. And then that's gone out of play. Now then, somebody was beaten on the edge of the penalty area there too easily.
Harrison, yeah. It just looks like it's going to need to quickly work out how Cardiff are playing here, the lads who are out there, because they're just looking a little bit open. There's been probably got a couple more players next to him now, Firpo and that. He didn't really have anyone against him in the first half, and I did Christiansen, so maybe have to just think about how they're going to play now. It'll take a little bit of time. They're probably realising now, hang on a minute, they are playing wing backs.
So will they sort that out themselves in their heads, or will they have been told at half time, look, they may change, or will they wait for instruction from Jesse now, or will they have to work it out themselves a little bit
of both. Someone will spot it first, probably someone like one of the wingers having to run back with the wing back and start complaining that they're playing a different system, but it's a bit of both really.
Well, man on against Greenwood, he gets it away, but Verba's he's left him a bit of a hospital ball there, and Verba's got his foot to it and he didn't hold out, but Atete has just caught him, I think.
Yeah, I don't think there was anything in it really. I'd like to see if he even touched him. He sort of kicks in.
Yeah. So
this is probably an opportunity now where it goes dead a little bit. Someone down where looks like Bamford's over now and probably have a chat. You can see Jesse saying, right, this is, if it goes out to him, so this will be the time now. Hopefully they get to grips with it a little bit better, because Cardiff started well actually with this new formation, haven't they?
They seem to be fair,
enjoying it more than they were in the first half early on, but
Mate, you see, you've been there, Matt, you've seen this before. 5 minutes into the second half, change of formation, you know what's happening there. Manager comes across. Nice when you sort of lift the curtain for us, peeping behind what really goes on the pitch there, Matt. That's what it's all about, having you here. He's just been caught. Well, as you say, Verba has kicked. Went to clear because he was put in a difficult situation. He's just caught the leg as he's gone through, and then he's come off worse, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's stretching him off there. It doesn't look like it's his foot that's injured. It might just be because he's kicked it at the top of his sort of hip flexor there. Looks like they're doing. He's pointing to it as well. Sometimes, he should be all right unless he's pulled. It's nothing to do with the contact though. It's more of the top of his leg. He looks like he's.
Do you think so? Yeah. So where he's gone,
not his foot where it looked like where they kicked it. I might play him up in a bit, that, to be honest.
Yeah, just a bit sore.
Yeah, you can see he's saying when he kicked him, it's just sort of pulled the top of his hip flexor.
Right, okay, so we'll have a little word and we'll see whether he's able to carry on.
Bamford's got the old paper out with the formations on, look. I never get that, I'll be honest with you.
What,
I would hate that if someone passed me that in a game.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would just annoy me. I was like, what are we doing here?
You always struggled to read though, didn't you?
Yeah, well, yeah.
We're back underway, waiting for Verba to come back on up to halfway.
Getting someone over to read it for me.
Where's me gigs?
Yeah.
Just seeing a picture of Ruta there on our screens. There's golden flecks, would you say, in his hair? Would you say that's what he's got going on there?
Bit of lemon juice in there.
Sun-kissed. Cardiff away. Leeds were leading by 3 goals, and we've just seen a replay on our monitors of the goals. Brilliant finishes, Gnonto, Rodrigo, and then a great team goal finished off by Gnonto. Have Leeds in front by 3-0. Cardiff thought they had one back, but VAR ruled offside from Nelson's header. It was Rinamoto standing in the eye line of the keeper, who made a bit of a mess with Melier. But don't take away from what Leeds are doing. And they're coming forward again. Gnonto, edge of the penalty, looking for the run of Harrison. It's all very quick. It might come back for Harrison again. Back to goal. He finds Gnonto. Gnonto goes on the outside, and he nearly bought himself a penalty there, didn't he? Very close to somebody lunging in on him.
Yeah, and you know what? It was actually good defending there. I think it might be Nelson who sort of looks like Simpson. It's one of them where you think, go on, is he going to dive and then get a second yellow? Because he didn't actually put his foot out, but it's that one where you're going, go on, leave it out there and I'll fall over that.
And he didn't. Neither did it. Kipre plays a little bit at the back there, and a huge centre back. He is. So it's good feet and composure. 3-0 Leeds lead. Rizzo out to Bagan forward to Atete. Decent covering though. He's done, isn't he? Verba, he covered well there, but Matt, you're absolutely bang on. He's holding his left hip, isn't he? And he's down. Yeah,
it's sometimes when the sort of contact when you're not ready for it and it's just pulled up his hip flexor. You see it right at the top of your leg. They can be sore, them, to be fair. That could cause him a little bit of trouble for a bit, that. Take a bit of time and he's holding it, so he's going to take him off. I think Luke will go in there, won't he, centre half?
So will he shift Llorente to the left side of Luke and keep Luke on his right foot, do you think?
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Oh, well, that's a bit of a concern. I mean, okay, Verba's going to come off. What you've seen of him in 55 minutes, and bearing in mind, Leeds have been dominant, what are you making of him as a defender?
On the ball, very good. He hasn't had to do a lot, let's have it right, as it's hard to say. Does he look overly fast? Not really, but his positions are okay. Is he fit enough at the minute, because he's obviously picked something up there already? It's hopefully he's not going to come in and be too injury prone. I think Llorente's come in a bit and been in and out, didn't really get a run, played 2 games, be out for 2, and don't really need that. We talk about partnerships quite a lot on here, don't we, and say you need to get some partnerships going. You don't want someone who comes in and then off for 3, but it's tough. He's just come in. These games aren't easy FA Cup games against a lower league team. 3-0 up, clean sheet, look good on the ball, decent enough. Obviously can't really.
Yeah, it's hard to get a full measure.
Let's have it right.
Yeah, it is, and I think the big test came against Bailey the other night when he came on Strout, and that was difficult. And now he's just making his way up as the Leeds fans are singing "We are the champions, champions of Europe, champions of Elche." Of course, we're out there. Verba comes off, so he gets a good round of applause. Ayling is on. Bill always gets a good round of applause. Cardiff restart again, far side there, the left. We have played here on BBC Radio Leeds 57 minutes.
So Strike's on the bench there though, isn't he?
He is.
So he's put Luke on in front of him for centre half, or he must be resting Strike or something.
You would have thought so. He's not had a great couple of games lately.
Yeah, so maybe a bit of pressure, just sit out for this one almost.
Yeah, would be.
Yeah, I do like Luke at centre half though, to be honest. He always does all right there, doesn't he?
Yeah, he has, to be fair.
Is that mitigation for the weekend as well though? Because if Verba's come off injured and can't play, and you bring on Strike and Strike gets injured, you suddenly have a load of problems, don't you?
Good shout, yeah.
And what's with Cooper at the minute? How was he?
A bit of a knee missing as Gnonto's found the edge of penalty. Shoot! Oh, into the side netting. The East Ham thought it was a hat-trick. Very close. Great movement again. Flicked back into the path of Gnonto. And he's got a thunder pack of a right foot, hasn't he?
It's an absolute joke. Hardly any backlift, and it's wobbling. It's moving the ball. It's wobbling everywhere. He likes that one at the near post, though, doesn't he?
He does.
He almost like sort of goes to the angle that it looks like he's going to curl it and just whips it with power into the knee.
Tell you what, Firpo again.
Gnonto
goes to close up. Firpo in attacking positions, and to be fair, he's done everything he's had to do defensively today. But he's got a neat little touch with him. He set up as an assist for Perkins for the equaliser in this third round tie back at Cardiff in the first game. Again, that was a nice little touch into Gnonto's path, wasn't it?
Was.
Leeds attacking again, leading by 3-0. You listen to us online on our website at Radio Leeds FM and DAB. Ball forward, nice little turn again. On away goes Gnonto, straight down the middle of the park. Offside given. Again, some lovely passing. Harrison involved, nicking it through, and I mean, he's absolutely unplayable as a lad, isn't he?
Yeah, he's causing a lot of problems for teams, isn't he? And he's getting more confident as the games are going on.
Yeah, and he's. I mean, I've not met him personally yet, but you know, he seems to be a very humble guy as well.
Yeah, plays with a smile on his face, but has that naughty side to him as well, doesn't he?
Doesn't he?
Kicks the ball away now and again, but then has a smile when he's on the pitch.
I like that. Three Leeds players, including Bamford, going after the ball and fighting out amongst it with 3 blue shirts. Does come Cardiff's way in the end. Firpo gets goal side of Ojo. Harrison blocks him. Gnonto brings it away down his left side. Look at him go. We're in Gnonto. Oh, lovely ball forward for Bamford. Bamford edge of the penalty area. Bamford shoots. And it comes up in towards Aronson. Offside is given, a very late flag. I think it was offside. But let's praise Wilfred Gnonto again. His running is insatiable. His desire to take on players is insatiable. And at the speed of his run, Matt, he delivers the ball with such finesse and touch. It's incredible.
I mean, that's really close, that offside as well. I'd like to see that again. It's very close, but he causes problems. First thought is get it and run, go at players. But then he's running at so much pace, but almost has the quality to make a good pass, doesn't he? It's not rawness, is it? You know, as a young lad, you go, he's got potential in him. He's a little bit raw. You know, if he tidies that up, he'll be a great player. He's got it all. I remember the goal when he broke from the halfway line, put Somerville in.
Yes,
remember
that? Liverpool. Yeah.
And to draw, was it to get the equaliser? To here, yeah. I mean, it was.
There was one here as well, yes.
Yeah. And it was like, go on, son, go on. He went all the way, but then had the quality to just go, here you go, put that in first time.
That's the thing. It's like he's got ice in his veins. When it acts at the key moment, he makes the right decision, and that's what separates very good players from brilliant players. And,
definitely, yeah.
And he's already showing that he's in that latter category.
Yeah, very rarely makes the wrong decision, doesn't he? I mean, he did one in first half. Well, we said we could have just played it across for Rodrigo, but maybe he saw Somerville backstick, you know. But apart from that, it's always the right decision.
Aronson's done well there. Just put his back into his player, turned away on his right foot, and just forced the foul out of Jack Simpson there, spotted by the assistant referee. I'm loving the Leeds United ladies down in front of us, Johnny, who are on their feet celebrating and getting fully into the action
and not just up on their feet despite the fact they're on crutches
as well.
stand up if you hate Man U. Commitment.
Like in the Premier League tonight, I think just going into half-time in the game, I think Manchester United had taken the lead against Crystal Palace. Of course, there is a Premier League match tonight and tomorrow as well, isn't it? Man City and Spurs, isn't it? As Llorente goes back to his keeper, Meslier. In black finds Firpo. Now Harrison. It's a busy game as well down this near left side at the moment. Firpo again. A forward pass into Mark Rocker. Harrison just behind Rocker here, just at left back for the moment. Llorente a bit slack there, but Rocker, very good pass into Harrison. He then plays up the line looking for Gnonto, and that is a Leeds. No, it's gone off Gnonto.
Yeah.
Gets a pat on the shoulder anyway from Jesse Marsh. He'll be very pleased with how his side have applied themselves, and I think if ever a head coach needed a performance and a result, it is him. And to be fair, so far he's got it now. Atete's coming off, and Isaac Davis is coming on. But so is Callum Robinson for Cardiff City. So Atete is one of the players to come off. And it looks like Romain Sawyers. Oh no, it's Andy Rinomhota that's going to come off instead. Some more changes for Cardiff. I mean, it's a weird situation for them, isn't it? You know, like Dean White, he's not really in the frame for the job, is he? I mean, you've got a crazy owner there in town. There's no chatting to the guys from BBC Wales, but who knows who's going to be in charge of there next. Warnock's name's been mentioned again going back there, hasn't he? But
it's one of them though, isn't it, for Whitehead? If you do pick something up and have it, you can end up with the job, can't you? But then, so he maybe, all these subs are coming on now. Is he thinking now for the game Saturday?
Yeah,
is he thinking about the league and making these subs and making sure that this doesn't go 4-5-0, but it could do
because Christensen's on the overlap on the right side. Bamford wants it in front. It's played behind him, cleared away, and it could go to that, Matt, couldn't it? The way Leeds looks so dangerous, going forward, and piecing moves together in a way that we haven't seen consistently. Level with the edge of the penalty on that far side of the right. Leeds United 3, Cardiff City 0. Aronson with the cross, corner ball. And it's at the Kop end. We've played 64 minutes.
Joe Gelhardt waiting to come on now, down to our right-hand side here.
You do wonder, Johnny and Matt, whether this will be, for a while, the last time we see him in a league shirt, because all the signs are, or the feeling is certainly, that there's lots of interest in him and whether he goes out on loan. There are so many forward players now at the club, especially the Ruta arriving. Here comes the corner, Greenwood to take from that right side. Into the near post, I think it's another corner. And there was almost an own goal there. Sanga come across from right to left. And I think it's Christensen that's just down inside the penalty area for Leeds at the moment. Greenwood to retake from the northeast corner.
His boots come off.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Tie your laces, lad. Hey? Stamps his foot back into it on this cold night. Don't want that to sock on the ground for too long. Here comes Greenwood with that corner eventually. 2 in a minute. What can they do from this? Llorente just pushing his player away from him at the moment. A high one, headed away. Then a driven shot in. And Harrison over the angle and over the bar.
Yeah, regarding Gelhardt, I mean, he's sort of coming on in games, isn't he? And maybe it might be good for him to go out on loan and just get a run of goals, run of games. He's going to have loads of people wanting him in the Championship, that's for sure, isn't he?
He's got, I mean, look, as Gnonto comes off, massive, massive applause for Leeds' new hero. 2 goals, high quality goals, one a superb finish, one a great team goal rounded off by him to add to Rodriguez in between. That huge beaming smile from the little man as he comes off, and Gelhardt comes on. And as Matt Kilgallen was saying there, he's not going to be short of suitors. Sunderland seems to be the obvious one. We know there's interest there. Hull City have been interested, Wigan have been interested too, and Swansea. But Ellis Sims, having gone from Sunderland back to his host of Everton, where he must wonder what he's done there at the moment. You think that would be a good fit. Top end of the Championship is sort of the least that he deserves, isn't he? Because he's got quality. But I agree with you. Now there's enough people in and around, and Bamford's back, for example, Matt. You feel that they're not light now in the forward areas.
They're not light, and it's not to say Gelhardt hasn't got a future at least. It's about him going out and actually just getting some fitness and start playing 90 minutes. He's a young lad, he needs to be racking up some games now and come back even more experienced to actually, when he does get a start, he knows how to use his body a little bit better and knows how to probably play that role a little bit more. Because sometimes when he started, I thought, I don't know if he's quite ready yet. Love him when he comes on. Think he's outstanding, some of the stuff he's done. Some of the goals, but he has.
I think he needs to play with somebody. I think that's the general consensus of opinion, because when he started at 9, it hasn't worked for him this season. But Aronson, nice little flick into Christensen on the right side. Bamford goes near post, it comes in towards him. It's a desperate foot in by the end by Kipre, does enough to deflect it in towards the keeper. Otherwise Bamford was in for his second and 2. Great challenge. Great challenge from Uzi. They go forward again, Kipre away. Rocker brings it down on his chest. Forward, into Greenwood, into Bamford. Now it's gone behind him. They're asking for handball on the edge of the penalty area. Not given. Well, not a penalty, but I think they're asking for a free kick, aren't they? They're not having that one.
It's just not falling for Bamford at the minute, is it? That's twice now where the ball's been put through to him. It's just ricocheted off a defender and taking it away from him. He's having that little spell at the moment, isn't it? Where he's getting put through and the ball's just hitting the back of his heel as he's running, isn't he?
You're right. Ball forward from Davis. I think he would have been offside, Callum Robinson. sporting the Jorginho Ruta look with the sun-kissed hair. What did he say? The lemon juice was it going on in there?
Lemon juice, yeah.
That old classic. I bet you were a bit partial to that in the day.
Oh, I loved it, yeah. Flipping, just walking around stinking of lemons when I was younger.
Firpo forward, drops to Gelhardt. Firpo again on this near side of the left. Back for Gelhardt, edge of the penalty area. Goes for the shot, it wobbles, keeper saves. And Anik had to make sure he got enough on it to turn it round. And again, look, he's had a shot on sight there. It's a wobbler, a bit like Gnonto's earlier. The keeper's got to deal with it.
Yeah, this was what he's like when he comes on. He's alive. He reminds me so much of Robbie Blake.
Yes.
Everything about him, his body shape, everything, can use his right and left foot. Almost turns that little shimmy he does. Honestly.
Is he as good at cards as Robbie Blake?
Oh, he's got to be better than Blakey, hasn't he?
Greenwood with the corner on this near side of the left. A high one to the back post. Oh, it's a flapped up by Anik. It comes back down to Rocker. He drives it towards goal, deflected, cleared by Kipre, back into the Leeds half. And it's Jack Harrison, who's covered a lot of yards tonight, runs back and takes the ball above his head for the throw. Walks back up to halfway. Leeds United 3, Cardiff City 0, BBC Radio Leeds, FM, DAB and online in the UK only. I believe the same situation on Sunday as well, Johnny, isn't it? I think we're back online again. As the ball goes forward for Bamford on that right side. Oh, he's free and he's onside apparently. Bamford goes for goal! Oh! 2-2 for Patrick Bamford as he makes his return from long-term injury. That is a lovely finish. It took a long time over it. He had to think about it, but he was composed, coming in off the right on his left foot, knocks it past the keeper, leads safe into round 4 because they scored 4. And Patrick Bamford, the number 9, well, back with a vengeance. It's Leeds United 4, Cardiff City 0.
Yeah, great pass. I think it's Luke Ayling puts it over the top, that longer ball that we spoke about. And I tell you what, this is an easy finish because he likes to have that much time. He's probably thinking, where is everyone? But it's a lovely little half volley into the side netting. Completely in control of what he's doing there, by the way. Great finish.
I think that's the phrase, completely in control.
What he was doing, yeah.
I mean, like, I thought against Villa, comes on just to have a number 9 in the right place and finish, great. Yeah. So he shows his instinct hasn't waned during his injury, but that finish, I mean, look at his face there, that's a big goal for him. And I think you're right. How many times have we seen him not put that sort of chance away when just before he got injured the last time he missed a few of those? Here come Leeds again, they're rampant at the moment, leading by 4 goals to 0, piling forward, chip ball forward, away by Kipre in the edge of the penalty area. Greenwood brings it down on his left foot. Oh, brilliant spinning from him. Now looking for Firpo on the outside. Firpo sees that ball roll past him. Pens in Nelson, who can only clear as far as Harrison. Harrison goes on the outside corner. Oh, this is some great play from Leeds. I mean, they're so hungry for it. It's unbelievable.
Well, they are. And you ask, like, oh, you know, would you ever go a quick short corner there?
Greenwood with the delivery to the back. Bamford goes up, looks for a big strong header. It's away. It's back in by Anderson. It's wide. It's 4-0 Leeds. It's Matt Kilgallen.
But we were talking at the start of the show, like, what's it like? Do you reckon it's FA Cup run? What do you think? Would you go a strong team? You look at Gnonto's smile when he's come off from playing this game. Bamford's confidence he's going to have after finishing that. Do you know, like, I mean, this is a good feeling for all the boys here. And imagine if they hadn't have played, you know, a stronger team and they'd have lost, or even someone, maybe Bamford wasn't in the squad, but, or do you know, he scored a great goal there. Sometimes these games here just give you the confidence and make you feel good.
How many years have we been saying it? Get the cup runs going. Yeah. Winning breeds confidence. Winning breeds a habit.
And the squad's there.
It is there now,
right.
To be able to do it.
Yeah,
you're right. Yeah, and you know, players are coming back, and yes, I know there are injuries still, but you know, Sinisterra on the bench tonight as well. Ooh, it's a bit of a loose one this time from Christensen into the edge of the penalty. A chip ball over the top from Robinson. It's wide. Just Christensen losing a bit of concentration there, giving the ball away and allowing Cardiff. Premier League, that's in the back of the net, as we've seen, didn't we, against West Ham.
Lucas just got to watch his shoulders there. It's a little bit too attracted to the ball, and like you say there, that's in the back of the net.
It is normally, isn't it?
But you're allowed 4-0 up.
They've had
first
two
time
lapses.
they've been in the blooming half in it, so
you're right.
Definitely something in this long ball.
Yeah, there is, and they've got Bamford away down the right side, who's ever willing to chase. Now Gelhardt goes to the edge of the penalty area. Aronson checks back out, still on the outside of the penalty area. He has a runner to his right. Christensen delivers the ball into the back post. Oh, Harrison on the half volley, puts it over the bar into the Kop. Great cross from Christensen, probably his best since he's been at the club, but a half volley from close range from Harrison leaves him scratching his head, as we do ours. This could have been 6, 7 or 8 tonight. It remains 4-0 Leeds.
Yeah, that's it's very similar to Nonto's first half, and like you said there, Paul, this could have been 7-8, couldn't it? Let's have it right. Yeah, they've been too good for Cardiff. They've been great.
They have been very, very dominant. It's been a good all-round display. And you think of how they laboured to get back to 2-2 and was forced to replay in that first game. Well, this is more like the difference you see between a Premier League side and a struggling Championship side. Simpson out to Bagan on that far side. That's the Cardiff left. Still 4-0 Leeds. Remember our build-up at 1 o'clock on Sunday on BBC Radio Leeds, ahead of Leeds against Brentford. Remember all your football with Huddersfield and Bradford at the weekend too, and Saturday on West Yorkshire Sport. Green with a launch ball, looking for Gelhardt, who appreciates the effort if not the execution as the ball goes over his head. Nelson with a throw from the right back area, again into his keeper. Short sleeves for Anik, voltage pink, all in his kit, black tops on his socks, and out to Simpson forward on the left foot, in towards Robinson, but it breaks down again and Ayling's onto it. Ayling forward into Bamford to Gelhardt, back to Bamford, he's in again here, Bamford, oh! Magnificent finish! Leeds make it 5, Bamford makes it 2 for himself, 3 in 2 games, and that is a striker back in the groove, back in the mould, back in the goals. Leeds United 5, Cardiff City 0, and another sumptuous finish from the big man.
Great finish. Leeds press Cardiff. I don't know what they're doing. They're trying to play out. It's not them. It's really not them. First touch and a little outside the foot. Don't even let the keepers settle. And we said this could go 5-0, and it is. Great.
Look, Ayling involved massively in breaking down the play, which Cardiff made a problem for themselves. But from there, though, Matt, that's some goal. That is this combination
play. Yeah, it's
play.
a quick touch and a little outside of the footer. Keeper's got no chance. Side netting 5-zip.
Wow.
It's just not good for Cardiff, this, is it? They're down near the bottom, and last thing you need is getting 5.
3 Bamford doesn't work as well as 3, Willie, does it?
No.
Might still try crowbar it in though.
Well, it'd be nice if he did get 3, because you remember the 3 scored for Borough against Leeds, Johnny, a few years back before he moved. So they're onto it again here, Leeds. Can they get 6? Good foot in from Greenwood. Aronson away, out to the left to Harrison. Bamford waits for it. Harrison's had to go quite wide here, but he still has it. He's inside the penalty area. Harrison with a dink up towards the back post. It's going to stay in play on that foot. No, it's gone dead. As Christian's come to meet it, and that'll be a goal kick. 77 played. We've been treated royally here to some brilliant finishing. I can't remember a game where we've seen 5 goals either constructed or finished so well. They've been that good tonight.
But that's it. Well, mentioned earlier that things are going through to Bamford, just hitting his heel and stuff, but now he's had ones that have gone through to him, and he's there and he can do it. His finishing's great, and it's nice to see him smiling again. And it's looked like he's played a bit something on his shoulder recently. Yeah. You know what I mean? A little bit of weight on his shoulders and not going for him, and now it looks like that Bamford that was when he was injured. Leeds struggled.
Well, he looks like the Patrick Bamford with that sort of finishing, that movement, these last subs appearance and now this other subs appearance.
Yeah.
You have like when he was, having those 17 goals now, Sinisterra warming up as well. Frightening for Cardiff this. Leeds leading 5-0, forward again to Gelhardt, edge of the penalty area. The blue shirts crowd out there and the ball is hacked clear, and I mean hacked clear. Oh, Llorente turned too easily for me by Davis. Davis goes forward and Ojo has it on the right side. Robinson is free in the penalty if they can reach him. Leeds are back though in numbers now. Sang delivers a high ball in. That'll be Melies though, and the chance has gone for Cardiff. Just a little worry there. Llorente just gets spun out of the game there.
It was 2-on-2. I know that's what they've got to stop doing. Yes. I know everyone wants to be involved now and get on the score sheet, but just keep the ball now. Done your job. No goals. It'd be good to have a clean sheet, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. Absolutely, it would. There have been too few of those as Firpo has fouled.
Yeah, last thing you need if you're a defender at Cardiff, seeing Sinisterra come on. Jesus.
Jack Harrison, I know he's missed a good chance or two, but I think he's worked really hard. He's been very instrumental in some of the build-up play today.
Yeah.
And
really good.
Yeah.
And I think he's helped Firpo out as well.
Definitely.
Because he works really hard back, doesn't he? Does Harrison? He's not just go up and stay up there, is he? He worked back and probably helped Firpo out as well. Firpo's enjoyed playing with him, that's for sure.
He's definitely looked more confident, Firpo, today. He's not been put under mega pressure, I get that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he's looked more joined up to me. Yeah. Firpo, good ball forward there into Sinisterra. Sorry, Matt, you were going to say?
Yeah, just even having that pass on. Harrison's there for the pass, isn't he? Even Firpo getting it and, you know, thinking, right, where is he straight away, pass it to him. It's made it a lot easier for him.
Cardiff head up to halfway, ailing back though for Leeds. We're reclaiming the ball at will now, although that is a foul. So Cardiff will have, well, it is respite for them with 11 to go. Dean Whitehead, former Huddersfield Town player, part of their promotion campaign a few years back. He's looking out with those steely eyes of his as interim manager, watching his side, being well beaten tonight. So Accrington Stanley or Boreham Wood await. Again, a reminder, their game, their replay is Tuesday, and the winners will be hosting Leeds for it's a record, isn't it? 11th away tie in terms of the FA Cup draw on the bounce. So thankfully this replay has given the home fans, of which we've not got the full crowd yet, but we think there's probably going to be about 33,000 days. Bamford goes off again, chasing hard against Kipre and forcing him into the northeast corner, but with a foul.
They're all over the place at the back, Cardiff. All over the place. Just stay in there now. The game's gone.
Yeah.
Just get it, go.
And it's a free
all
kick.
Over the place.
I
feel for him, because when you're low on confidence and I've been there and you're thinking, well, everything you do is a wrong decision. You go, what am I doing? But and then you start trying to do things that you wouldn't normally do because you're 5-0 down.
Right.
And it starts coming out of areas that you wouldn't normally, like that. See what I mean?
Yeah, like Simpson's just
gone booted it out.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
And I love look, Christensen straight onto the throw, and he's asking for an option forward straight away. He's had to go back. He was a bit annoyed that there wasn't one on for him. That was not the greatest ball into Lorente from Luke Kelly. It got away with it in the end. It cleared, but Cardiff have a bit of possession. Wintle and fine Sawyers then out to this near side, the right. And it's not going to work from the substitute Davis. Gelhardt, a little prod forward looking for Aronson. Leeds win it back with Sinisterra on halfway. Gelhardt, Rocker looks up, finds Sinisterra. Nice passing triangles. Firpo back to Rocker. Firpo again, forward into Sinisterra. Ball trapped underneath his foot. He's held back. Rocker thinks, right, I'm switching play with a great ball. Good vision that. And gets it across the park to Christensen. Bamford tries to help it back towards the right back who's attacking. Cardiff recollect possession and a little bit of composure. Leeds United 5, Cardiff City 0. 82 played. Big scoreline, big moment for Jesse Marsh. They can take this momentum into Sunday. I know it's a completely different sort of proposition in terms of Brentford, who are going really well, one of the form sides in the Premier League at the moment, but take this momentum and this crowd into it. You know what Leeds can be like on their day. We'll be there for BBC Radio Leeds, and join us as well for the Football Forum after this. 0800 389 3333 0800 389 3333. I'm sure you've got loads of good stuff to talk about with Matt and with Johnny. Kipre with a flighted ball high out to that left side. Cardiff keeping possession in front of the east stand. They're forced back to Simpson, the left centre back. And at 5-0 down, they're trying to hold on to possession and give something for their fans that have, to be honest, a few hundred have made the journey up from South Wales to cling on to.
Yeah, they're doing the right thing now. Just keep the ball, Cardiff, and just try and be clever with it. And
Ojo works it down to
Doing
Sang.
well,
Ojo
yeah.
goes on the outside of Llorente. Ojo, right-footed crossing towards the near post. It's deflected. Oh, there's a Callum Robinson heads in at the south stand end, and this time it will stand. Ojo combines well, goes past Llorente quite easily. It's played in. It takes a little nick up off into the air, and Robinson reacts first to head past Meslier. It's Leeds United 5, Cardiff City 1.
Yeah, I think Luke Ayling's gone to clear it there and miss-hit it. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing there, to be honest.
It sort of megs himself there, doesn't he?
Yeah, he gets a little bit too square on, should be side on more to clear it. I think he's trying to actually it's just been 5-0 up and thinking I can do what I want, really. It looks like he's trying to just knee it down for Rocco to turn, and missed it.
Because there's no pace on the ball really from the crosses, and you can control it.
He's not even tried to clear it, has he?
No,
it's like
he thinks he can bring it down, is what you're saying, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's gone through his legs, and it's bounced up, and Robinson's headed it home. It's 5-1. And it's just a little blot on the copybook there for Leeds, but don't let that take away from what has been a pretty relentless performance from them. I mean, irrepressible and unplayable at times. Rocker for Leeds, he's not fouled, although he claims he was brought down. Cardiff coming again. Christensen will reach this one ahead of Bagan though. Bagan still fighting for it. Christensen takes it away from him by the cheese wedge corner. And the deflection goes back into Luke Ayling. Christensen again. Have Leeds got a 6 in them just to round off the scoring tonight? Leading 5-1. Here's Sinistera. First chance for him to run. Back from that horrible foot injury. Good ball into Aronson on the right side. Now more central forward. It goes into Bamford. A little back heel for Gelhardt. Gelhardt holds up possession. Finds Aronson in the D. Still Gelhardt. Now to Firpo. Firpo. A low one in. It might drop here for Rocker. He shoots. Deflects high up into the sky, and it's a dolly catch in the end for the keeper, and it remains 5-1 Leeds.
Yeah, look a threat, don't they, going forward? There's a lot of pace there now, isn't there, going forward? Sinistera, Aronson, just non-toe.
Yeah,
Rod, it's a fast line.
Somerville still to come back from injury as well.
Yes.
Yeah, there's nobody's arguing there, and with the new lad to come, he's obviously pretty quick as well.
Yeah, good pace.
It's Cardiff. Sorry.
But maybe with that longer ball is going to help. You know, something if they are working on, keep it a little bit and then look into going behind. There's pace there to get it, isn't there?
It's Matt Kilgallen there, just assessing Leeds' options now going forward as this window unfolds. The addition of Ruta, there is options, plenty of forward players. Don't forget you've got your Perkins and your Joseph still. Perkins on the bench tonight. Back it goes to Llorente, who's just at left centre back. Complete change of back four from the Villa game today. Berberoff injured, by the way, will be the one concern. Firpo gets a second chance against Sang, back to Llorente. Greenwood. So Firpo, they've played it well in a tight area, then forward into Sinistera. Rocker goes to ground. Greenwood goes, wins the ball back. Firpo forward, that's nice from Leeds. Bamford, nice ball into Sinistera. Sinistera across into the centre circle for Aronson. Gelhardt races away in front of him. Christensen to his right. Bamford wants it back post if he can reach it. There's a few people getting out of their seats thinking it was either going to go in from the cross or land on Bamford's head. There's neither. Goal kick. Wow, look at that, 34,465. Rightly, the crowd applaud themselves, man.
Yeah, fair enough. Deserve a pat on the back there. It's a great turnout. And Leeds have put a performance on for them. That's for sure.
Yeah, they have, and a few make their way out, but they've seen Mateus wave goodbye officially. They've seen Ruta presented at half-time. They've seen 5 goals, just one little lapse. No complaints. I think, if anything, and Baron Cross from Leeds Live said it to Johnny and myself before, Matt, in the West Yorkshire Sport Daily. He said, look, this has the feeling of a sort of, I don't know, like a precursor to Sunday almost. It's important, but not as important as Sunday.
No.
And it's important that this went right. And to be fair, the script, bar one tiny little thing, the goal has been superbly written and delivered, hasn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
Header forward from Firpo into Sinistera. Greenwood. Centre circle. Nice ball forward from Aronson looking for Gelhardt. Just a bit past him, and Nelson was able to play it back. Leeds press again though. 2 minutes of normal time remaining. Here's Aronson. edge of the penalty area. I don't know if he had an option that looked more simple than the one he took there.
I don't know, yeah, he's like turned back into two people there.
Keeping the pressure right onto the end there. It started in the first seconds with Rodrigo putting massive pressure on the defence, and then putting the killer ball on 29 seconds from Gnonto. Man down, Llorente.
Ankle.
Yeah, he landed awkwardly. He was unchallenged, landed awkwardly by the looks of it on his ankle. He looks in a lot of pain.
Holding his right ankle, Johnny, isn't he there? He's going to try and get up, is Llorente.
If it's a twist, he's going to be struggling, or it might be just one where the guy's come down on top of his foot, landed on him. He looks like he's all right. If you've rolled it, you're up. If you rolled it, you're done, aren't you? Do you know when you jump up and land on it? It might just be a sore one of studs.
Well,
let's have a look.
Gnonto gets him out of the match.
He's just landed on his foot.
You're right, he did just get landed on, didn't he?
It's a sore one, isn't it? Mate, it looked like he broke his leg the way he was rolling around, didn't it? Let's have it right. Thought someone had shot him, I'll be honest.
30 seconds of normal time remaining. He's all right, though, is Llorente. And those 5 changes to the side have worked very much in Leeds' favour in this game. Beaten, let's have it right as well. Struggling Cardiff City, but Leeds have really put them to the sword today. Sang down this right side, finds Robinson. Robinson holds up the ball down the right side of the penalty area. Leeds crowd him out. Sinistera puts a challenge in. Sang goes past it. Firpo holds him up. Sang still on this right side. Oh, he's gone past Firpo. Now looking for a cross, and he gets one in. Big foot in though, thankfully. Rocker. Edge of the penalty area. Leeds look to break out. 2 minutes of added time. Gelher. And that's a foul on the halfway line.
I think he's going to have to check this.
What do you think? There's an infringement on the edge of the Leeds penalty area?
I think Rocco might have handballed this. He looks like he's put his arm towards it. Let's have a look.
Are they going to go back that far? Is it going to be a bit checked?
I think they might just be checking it, and he's having a listen. So
Rocco was inside his own penalty area trying to tidy up what was a bit of a mess, wasn't it, going on? Robinson plays.
That's not a good view from there, is it?
Has it hit his stomach?
I think it has hit his hand, but he's in a natural position. Isn't
it doesn't look like
he's not tried to move his hand to the ball. No,
I think that's been quite harsh. That I think it sort of got trapped a little bit more than anything as it's bounced between the two players.
Yeah,
I'd like to see a different view, but
1 to 2 minutes. As he's put his right arm out. And then as it sort of got squished between them. Robinson's juggled.
I think
he's
on ball. He's going to look at it though, isn't he?
I think it's on ball.
You think?
Yeah.
Right, just another point to make there. It's on the line of the penalty pretty much. Does the ball catch his arm outside of it though? So we're watching again. Sang's cross goes past and it gets to the edge of the penalty area.
He's outside though.
He's outside the area.
Yeah, his right foot's on the line, but I think where the contact with his arm with the ball is, I think that's outside, isn't it?
It is handball. You know what you're doing there, I'm afraid.
You think?
He knows, yeah. You can almost see, and then they all fall over to say I didn't do it. Watch.
Yeah.
He sort of just flicked it out. It's that little bit of movement, isn't it?
So the question
is, you see it here? Just that little
right arm out.
Just a little bit. Yeah. I'm afraid it is. Is it a pen though, lads?
Well,
what's the rule in there? Because his foot's on the line, isn't it?
On the line, but I'm not sure if the ball had actually crossed the plane of the white line there. And it was his arm.
Can't they only check it if it's going to be a penalty though? They wouldn't be able to check it if it was going to be a free kick.
I think they just let it go. But you're right. It's going to be a penalty. It's just going to be. Yeah, looking at it there.
It
looks like it's above the line.
It's only got to be a little bit that touches the line as the ball as well.
And if that's what they feel,
they don't normally put that on there, do they?
No, they just put it up on the screen, which is a surprise.
Well, Callum Robinson, who's got the one Cardiff City goal tonight, has a chance to make it 2 at the south stand end on the right foot against Meslier. He touches his bar, jiggles from side to side on his line. Leeds leading 5-1 through to the 4th round. They're just having their coffee but blotted a bit, and sends in the wrong way, goes down the middle. And it means that it's Leeds United 5, Cardiff City 2, and the penalty that was given by VAR means that it's been converted, and Leeds United only have a 3-goal advantage as we hit the final minute of added time.
Yeah.
It's just sours it a little bit.
Yeah, I was going to say that. It's just a little, it was a buzz, wasn't it, 5-0, and just a little bit of a hope that doesn't go into the changing room. I'm sure it wouldn't, but...
On a nicer note, Jorginho Rutter, has just signed an autograph for a young lad who passed it down to someone in the posh seats, who then passed it on to Rutter. He signed it and he passed it back.
Well, that's
brilliant
to see, into the spirit of things straight away. It's the 20-year-old, and that brings to a close. It was a thumping win for Leeds United. Yes, they conceded 2 goals towards the back end, but they were 5-0 in front after scintillating finishing, scintillating build-up play, and a great team performance, and much more of a complete performance than I would say at Aston Villa, which was heralded, despite the defeat, by Jesse Marsh. He needed the result, the club needed the result, and they're through to the 4th round for the first time since 2017. 2 for Bamford, 2 for Nonto, 1 for Rodrigo, 2 against just towards the end, but this was convincing. Leeds United 5, Cardiff City 2.
Yeah, he really needed that, didn't he? Matt Kilgallen really needed that to ease some pressure going into the game on Sunday.
Yeah, he did, and it was a perfect start from him. Probably took a lot of, not pressure, but he probably thought, thank God for that, we were off to a good start here, and that was a good performance. Looked really at it. He's obviously saying something right in the changing room, because the lads played some really good football there and looked like from the very first whistle they were up for that game.
Yeah. And that's what they needed to be from the very first whistle today, didn't they? They couldn't afford a slow start with this 34,000 crowd here at all.
No, and if you don't start well here and in the FA Cup against a lower league, I wouldn't say it was a banana skin. Cardiff aren't that bad a team, It's not like it's a, conference team coming here or anything like that, but you've still got to do it right, and they made it easy for themselves tonight by putting that first 45 minutes in that really blew Cardiff away, to be honest.
The Leeds players heading away to the Kop end to applaud those fans who are still inside the ground here. We had a half-time round of applause for Jorginho Rutter, and we also had a pre-game round of applause as well for Mateusz Klich, who was back in the mix ahead of the game here today to be able to have a proper send-off inside Elland Road. A very, very comfortable evening then for Leeds United on BBC Radio Leeds, as the Leeds players now head down towards the south stand. Some fans still in there. Leeds United's women's side have enjoyed it tonight. They're in front of us. They've gone off now, heading away to our right hand side. Big game coming up for them next week against Arsenal. Good luck to them all as well. They've enjoyed it tonight, even though a couple of them, or one of them, on crutches, jumping up and down, celebrating.
Yeah.
Not holding anything back.
No. You saw the crutch up in the air.
Yeah, we did.
Loving it.
Yeah, absolutely, as everyone inside Elland Road has done. Willie Nonto gets a round of applause. He heads towards the tunnel here in the West Stand, and he'll head down there as well after being named man of the match for Leeds United. Unsurprisingly, he was just unplayable at times, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was absolutely on fire, causing all sorts of trouble for Cardiff. Right back, sort of, back four basically, getting in positions, getting the ball, the pace he runs at.
Yeah,
it's so hard to play against, and he is full of confidence, and that's just given him even more. The goal was so special, both of them really, and hopefully he'll take that into Sunday and to a real belief that he can do the same again.
Yeah, as Sam Greenwood applauds, as does Mark Rocker as he heads off as well. Patrick Bamford, quick word on Patrick Bamford as well. With you until 10:30, so we've got lots of topics to get into, but Patrick Bamford from the bench to score twice, fantastic.
Yeah, it came on. Right attitude, running in behind, linking up. His first finish, actually, it's like he's waiting for the ball to come. You're thinking, I've actually got too much time here. What am I going to do with it? And beautiful half volley finish with the side foot into the side netting. Looks like he's back, massive smile on his face. And second goal, took it well. First touch and a quick second sort of strike. It was a first touch and a strike with the outside of the boot. Doesn't even give the keeper time to settle. Perfect.
Is that a bit of a don't forget about me as well? Because all the talk this week has been about the the 40 million euro signing as such, that it could grow to be 40 million euros for Rutter. So is that Bamford's don't forget about me? I'm still here. You've got Bamford now with a few goals, got a bit of form. You've got Rodrigo there, who's on to 12 goals now, scored again tonight. And then you've got all those other little wide players in Sinister, Nonto, Rutter, Somerville, Harrison, Aronson. You know, there's a huge amount of players there, and that is Bamford saying, hello, remember when I got 17 in the Premier League the other season?
No, you're totally right. He's probably thinking, and reading the programme, reading Instagram and Twitter, these new signings are in, Nonto's on fire. He's probably thinking, hang on a minute.
Yeah,
I was top man. Everyone was crying when I was out last season and started this one, and he's just put 2 finishes in there just to, and a little walk probably into the changing room and a little look at the gaff to say, when you're ready, I'm here, don't forget about me.
Yeah, that'll be the absolute conversation, won't it? Jesse Marsh's family down in front of us here in the nice seats. They'll be waiting to hear from Jesse, as will we, of course. We will try and bring you some reaction on BBC Radio Leeds between now and 10:30. We'd love to hear from you in the next 45 minutes or so. You can send us a text to 81333, but WYS at the front of those. You can send us a WhatsApp, 08000 321 333. You can drop us a tweet as well if you want to send us a tweet at BBC WYS if you want to do it that way. Or you can also get in touch with us on the phones. We'd love to speak to you. 0800 389 3333. 0800 389 3333 is the number that you need if you want to give us a call on BBC Radio Leeds. Johnny Buchan and Matt Kilgallen here with you. We'll be with you until 10:30 as the fans are now filtering out of the ground as well, making their way off. Big game coming up Sunday. Brentford are here on Sunday. It's a 2 o'clock kickoff. We're with you from 1 o'clock, and we will be with you as well, I can tell you, on all of our frequencies, including online in the UK. So just download the BBC Sounds app and you'll be able to hear us online in the UK. But as I say, we're with you until 10:30 tonight on BBC Radio Leeds. Make sure you do get in touch with us wherever you are, wherever you've listened around the world tonight, whether you're just in your car outside Elland Road, in the traffic, in the Fullerton or something like that. We'd love to hear from you as much as we would if you've listened somewhere far flung, because Leeds United have made it into the 4th round of the FA Cup. It's been a few years since they've done that, haven't done that for the last 5 seasons, but they've managed to do it this time around. We do know they will face either Boreham Wood or Accrington Stanley. That game taking place a week on Tuesday to find out who Leeds United will face that following weekend. So the weekend of the 28th is when they will go to either Boreham Wood or Accrington Stanley. Right then, time to have your say on your club on BBC Radio Leeds on the Football Forum.